jet flying son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. Yeah, we Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death, I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness is really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her. We Rick flaring on her, flaring on her.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase. Yeah. Bubba C. Yeah. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring on him. Rick flaring, sun up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, I'm back. Season 2, we here. Next level, bigger and better. Let's go.
See me letting go. I'ma lose control. I'm not afraid to fall. Watch me drink it in and feel it all.
8 p.m. Monday night, so you know it's time to tune in to the Afterglow show. Shout out to Kobe and the fam, you rattlers, the football historian. The audience is pouring in at this time like Jackson State playing Grambling. Both hosts like quarterbacks, but ain't scrambling. The Alcorn state of mind that I'm in got me blending in, but standing out like tiger skin. Shout out to TSU and all the recruits turning down big schools for HBCUs. They changed up the scheme, so we changing the scenes. Money for our likeness is nice, but this means we gotta give it all that we got in this game. Black college grad myself, I went to pain. Pick, run, hit, or throw, that's your option. Discussing the coaches, wins, and the losses on the Afterglow.
See me letting go.
Scotty, you went crazy.
I'ma lose control.
Every Monday night at 8, super crazy. Featuring Kofi and your boy Scotty. You know what time it is?
Go,
Let's,
go,
you heard me. Let's,
go,
season 2.
go.
Enjoy.
Woo!
Happy Monday night, and we ain't talking about football. Oh, we are talking about football, but we're not talking about like Monday night. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody in the stream. You already know what it is. Make sure you get the likes up, and make sure if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And once again, for all the people in the back, if you don't like nothing we might say today, you can unfollow.
Unfollow me. If I make you feel some type of way, unfollow me. If low key you just hit it,
you can unfollow me. All right? But this show will be nothing but my co-host, GOFUNDME.
What up, boy? What up, boy? What up, boy?
What's good, Kofi? Late as always.
Pray for me.
Oh, man. Hey, Kofi, how was your weekend, man?
It was exciting. At first, it was like chill and everything.
Yeah.
You know, but it got really exciting really fast.
I bet.
You know, all of the championship games, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, you know, they were pretty lit. You know, I was happy to see, you know, and then they had the whole poll thing and, you know, the Swac championship game, which, of course, we'll talk about later. But,
absolutely,
you know, all of that. And then, you know, just the anticipation, you know, it's kind of like, let me see what they're going to do after the game. Oh, they ain't doing no press conference. Oh, no press conference. Oh, you know what that means. Damn.
It's one of them days. Just one of them days.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? It's sad. It's sad, you know what I'm saying? But my weekend was very eventful. You know, I tried to go to the Swac championship game. We saw, but we did not conquer, okay? We got conquest out of the stadium. Yeah, I got escorted out the stadium.
Really?
No bull crap.
What happened?
And they, you know what I'm saying, man, you know, they just, you know, McNugget and Mr. Roberts, they don't like me. You know what I'm saying? And it just is what it is, bro. When you don't like somebody, you'll find a reason. So they found the reason, and they escorted me out the Swac championship game. It is what it is.
McNugget. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. Keep up. All right. Shout out to Xavier Smith in the building. You already know what it is.
Hey.
The GOAT, you know what I'm saying? But before we get into anything else, shout outs. We got some birthday shout outs. Shout out to Miss Glenn. She a real one, Alabama A&M alum. And shout out to my man Hezekiah Williams. I promise you, he gonna be a CEO of something one day. I don't know what it is, but he gonna be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company one day.
Now, is we singing the happy birthday song of the European version, or we doing the Stevie Wonder version?
All right, hold on. What's up? Sniggity, I got a package. Who it from? Got an Amazon package. Oh, snap, let me see.
Amazon Prime, boy, get ready. Be careful.
Yeah, I got snap. Oh, I got a note in here.
Uh-oh.
What it says, thank you for showing support. I appreciate the support. Hope to see you up here soon, Coach Prom. Oh, snap. P.S. Early Christmas gift. Oh, snap. My boy done hooked me up. Yes, sir. Yeah, I got me an oven mitt. You see it? Yeah. You see it? Number one fan, baby. Shout out to Coach. Hey, Coach Prime. Hey, appreciate you. Listen, that's love. That's love. You see what that's a number one fan? That's love. Hey, man, you gotta shout out to Coach Prime, man. Listen, I'm gonna wear this. Only you can prevent forest fires. Let's go. Go Buffs.
That don't sound right.
Go Buffs. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get back to this birthday. Let's go a little. Which one you want to do? A little Marvin? You want to go? I'm about to say Marvin Gaye. Lord have mercy. Little Stevie. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
All right. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy
birthday
What
to
key are you in?
you.
What key are you in, sir? Wait, what key are you in?
Are you kidding me?
Come on, bro. You up here. I need you to bring you gotta bring it down. You gotta bring it down. What key are you in, bro?
You start off, I match you. How
All
about
right.
that?
Happy birthday to
you. Happy birthday
to you. Happy
birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay, yeah. Let's go. I like that. I like that bass. I like that bass. Shout out.
I had to go ahead and go down and put some instrumentals on there.
Nah, I like that. I like that, man. Listen, you just joined the stream. Coach Prime sent me a Buffalo #1 finger fan. That's pretty clean. He sent me a little note and everything. Right there. See? You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the show. I appreciate the support. Hope to see you up here soon, Coach Prime. Okay.
I told you, boy, that Pac-12 media day is gonna be something else.
It is. I might have to suit up there. I might have to come up there. All right, let's get into some thoughts. All right, Kofi, I want to get your thoughts on this. This has been a hot top hawk, okay? Hot top hawk. Shannon Sharp says, I went to an HBCU, but only because I was a prop 48. I don't even know what the hell that means. It worked
He
out.
didn't have the grades or the GPA or the test scores to get in the school.
Got you. He said, had I had the grades coming out of high school, I wouldn't have chosen an HBCU. Now, he's getting a lot of blowback for this, and I'm not going to lie, I'm a big Shannon Sharp fan, but I didn't think this was a good look for him to say this. What were your opinions?
It was dumb. It was just a dumb statement. He likes to talk and run his mouth, and he's been an advocate on so many different levels, but what he said, didn't add to HBCUs. It made his HBCU in particular look desperate.
Yeah.
And the fact that they took a chance on him and actually ended up giving him an opportunity to showcase his skills, and it just made him sound ungrateful. I'm like, dude, you need to really slow your roll, because now everybody's looking at you side eye.
Yeah, he did, and I was about to get to that. Daniel Levine, he went on his show and explained it. He gave it more context. He said he was the top 5 player in the state. He wanted to go to Nebraska, Georgia, the big Power 5s. He said HBCUs weren't his first choice. He said the coach from Savannah State drove down an hour. His high school coach didn't even want him to talk to him. He was like, don't talk. You're not going to get this player. He's the top 5 player in the state. I'm going to say Deion. Shannon was like, come on, coach. I'll take his time. And they end up building a relationship. He ended up going to Savannah State and things like that. Listen, I just feel as though some things should not have been said, right?
Just shut up. You don't have to say stuff before you press send. Proofread. Have somebody else look at your stuff. When you're a big dude or somebody that's out there in the public eye like that, before you press send, don't be in such a rush to put it out there. Because that was just dumb.
Yeah, I think that was just overall. It really didn't sit well with a lot of HBCU alums. I mean, a consensus board was nobody appreciated this comment because it makes it feel like
we had to have you.
It was a secondhand type of thing, but if we're being honest, you were the one in the fault. You didn't have the grades.
So why are you blaming us?
You know what I'm saying?
Because we took a chance to educate another black man. Give me a break.
What I'm saying? It just looks bad. You didn't have the grades. It's not like they begged you to come. You didn't have the grades. You effed up that opportunity to go to a PWI. But then even on Undisputed, he said he was grateful for the experience, his classmates. He would have never gotten that type of education and that level of friendship at a PWI, but I don't think there was really, I don't want to say there was no coming back. You could always come back from something. It just, once you said it, it just stuck and hit the wrong way. So I had a problem with it and a lot of other HBCUs. So, Shannon got to do better, my boy.
He gonna be side-eyed at the homecoming event. They gonna definitely light him up. He head on down there to Savannah.
Yeah, Savannah ain't. Hey, Savannah's not nothing to play with too. They different down there. I ain't even gonna hold you. I got family down there. Savannah is definitely different. All right, Kofi, your thoughts, right, on the next one. Black College Experience says, and listen, this woman has been tweeting all damn day. Okay, like Elon Musk couldn't keep up with Hardy's tweets. So she says, prom arrives at JSU. People start to believe it's possible to go pro from an HBCU, want to go to JSU. Prom leaves. Now, all of a sudden, we need to hold HBCUs responsible for facilities, ask for more donations, fire people, and so on. Y'all just say anything on here. This is what I do not understand. What in the blue hell does one have to do with the other? Like,
why did you bring her up? I don't even. None of her the statement isn't parallel, for one. Because really at many HBCUs, we've been thinking that we've already known that you can go pro from an HBCU because we've done it before. Jackson State has a history. Grambling has a history. Southern has a history. South Carolina State has a history. Many HBCUs have sent people to the pros. Just because Prime got there, this is not the first time that an NFL player has come from the pros. Now, Prime leaves. Now, all of a sudden, we need the whole HBCU. We absolutely 100% need the whole HBCUs responsible for facilities, and we need to hold the alumni responsible for more donations. We need to fire people that ain't productive. We need to do all of that.
Absolutely.
That's dumb. She just was all emotional. That was just an emotional statement, just trying to make it seem like it's Prime. It is not Prime's fault that this happened by himself. Is he a hypocrite? Is he a hypocrite? You can make a strong case, absolutely. But to make it seem like we don't need to hold the presidents and hold HBCUs responsible for facilities, 100% you do.
My issue is the statement. Now, all of a sudden, that's the part of the statement that bothers me, right? Is because you're saying now that Prime is gone, now people are getting to the epiphany of, I'm going to hold my school accountable, which to me should be a bad thing if it took Prime leaving. That's number one. And number two, shouldn't you been doing this shit before? You should have been doing this shit before Prime. So the statement it's just so dumb. Like, I'm like, what are you trying to say? And then the thing about me, she tries to come off as an HBCU gatekeeper, right? Because it comes off as people shouldn't talk about HBCU issues. You're making statements like that, which makes your own alums look bad. Like now, all of a sudden, because Prime left, now everybody's gotten the epiphany of, oh my God, oh, let's clean it up. Let's get our schools back right. But nobody was doing that before. Nobody was doing that before, Prime.
Look, bro, it's again, before you press send, proofread your stuff. Okay? Before you press send, before you press enter, read over your stuff. See if it makes sense to you. Read it nice and slow. Delete some of the stuff. Some of the stuff that I posted, I've had to look at it and be like, I think I need to take that out. I've sent it to other people and been like, what this sound like? What you think? XYZ before you press send, so you don't look dumb. So you don't look uninformed. Absolutely. So you don't look ignorant. Absolutely. And it was just wrong. I mean, let's go to the Deion Sanders press conference. And the chancellor's up there, and the chancellor comes up to the forefront, and he is full of energy, full of excitement. He is on cloud nine. And he goes, so, we've got we've just updated our transfer policies. I was like, what? Yeah, we've updated transfer policies to make it easier for, athletes and other people that want to transfer from another
Colorado.
institution.
You talking about Colorado?
Yeah.
Okay.
Other institutions into our school. We wanted to make sure that that transition is as seamless and as easy as possible. He thought they got on it. It was like, okay, so athletes, we want to win. We have an opportunity to get top-notch athletes. Let's do what we can to help Coach Prime get to where he wants to go to.
Yeah.
Let me be a part of the process. Let me do what I can do. Let me create a win-win scenario. And too often at HBCUs, we have people that want it to be my way or the highway, or this is the way we've always done it. And we can't do that because of this. Looking for a reason not to do the right thing, which is one of the things that got my institution in trouble, because if you had been proactive, this stuff would not have happened. Had he read some emails and actually responded and said, I'm not going to take this personally. Let me get out here. Let me get out in front and let me do what I can do to elevate the institution that I am paid to oversee.
Come on now.
You're paid to oversee the institution, not some of the institution, not the institution or the part of the institution that you like, but you're there to... You're there, you're paid to see over all of the institution. You just threw me out of character. There's all of the institution. All of it. What can I do to help? What can I do to make things better? You take the posture of a servant. That's what you do. All right.
That's what we do in Colorado.
Bruh.
We are
crazy.
We are servants here at the University of Colorado.
I mean, literally solutions. And the same thing happened when the March 100 went up to the University of North Carolina. You're silly. You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
Go ahead.
So at the University of North Carolina, they had the 100 up there. They brought them up there. They practiced with them, and they fed the band. So our officials were like, well, what did you have to do to feed the band and the guest band? Yeah. Like it was some type of, extra thing. What kind of requisitions how many channels did you have to do? And the chancellor was like, what? This is what we do. This is our norm. It's the least we could do for the students that are going out there and representing the university. You mean you wanted to feed your own students?
Wow.
You mean you thought enough of it to go out of your way to be proactive to take care of your students and the guest students from another university?
That's big time.
That's how they think. Meanwhile, we try to find a way not to do, but we will. We will bring our bigwig friends up in our press box. We will bring our friends up in there, and they don't pay nothing to come into the institution. Don't pay nothing to the institution. Give no money. Don't raise no money. They ain't trying to do stuff. That's crazy.
That's wild. Wow. That's why, I'm over here go Buffs. I'll see you there. Okay. Listen, guys. Today's show is gonna be real short. We want to open it up to a lot more fan engagement and callers. I know I cut you guys off. I don't know if that was yesterday, probably yesterday. I went on my monologue about being Deion the hypocrite and things like that. So this episode, we're gonna hit it. We're gonna open the call lines up full, whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Whatever opinion you guys.
No, I ain't coming to no Colorado. I ain't coming to Colorado.
Oh, well, I'm coming.
But if Scotty go, I'll go.
If I get invited, I'm coming. I ain't even gonna hold you. All right, I'm gonna be dressed up nice and cool. All right, you already know what it is. News to know. Kofi, what was your initial reaction when Coach Prime, Jesus Christ Jr., went to the Buffs, baby?
All right. It took me. The first thing was like, damn. Really? But you know, I understand there are layers to how we got here and why we got here. And it's just like, you know, any other relationship, you know, oh girl, you got somebody, you know who this dude is, you know what he's about. He's telling you what he's about. You see it, but you caught feelings. And when you caught feelings, when he showed you, in spite of the fact that he showed you who he was, nothing about his past said that he was dedicated anywhere, anytime to any HBCU until it was time for him to get a degree. So you are the side chick. He picked you up after Florida State, told him no. After Arkansas, told him no. So I guess the word is rebound.
Yeah, rebound.
All right. Rebound. You know what it is. It ain't gonna last. You there to give him his fix until it's time for him to move on to the next big thing. You know, and it's unfortunate. I began to think about the athletes, you know, that were there, because I sat there and I watched the press conference. And it was very matter of fact. It was very, you know, they did not show the cameras to the kids, which is kind of what I want to see. I want to see their reaction. I want to see Shadur's reaction. I want to see Shiloh's reaction. I want to see all that stuff. But they did not show the young men and their reaction. I did not hear a big fuss in the room. But I really began to feel for the kids, because part of what made me, and then I began to think about the God said and God sent me and that sort of thing, which took me to a whole different layer. Now, while, you know, because in the church, anytime somebody says God says, then it's kind of like there's really no defense. You just have to wait to see. I think that Deion has done an admirable job, right? He brought Jackson State from a low place to a high place, and obviously people around him didn't necessarily do what they needed to do to get him. That's a whole different, keep him there, which is a whole different conversation, right? But you know, as my mind starts thinking, I'm kind of like, okay, so Moses goes and he says, all right, I'm going to take the Israelites out of Egypt. God told me that, God sent me to come get y'all, and I'm coming to take you out. Let my people go. Let my people go. All right. Then he get halfway there and be like, okay, you know, I ain't doing this no more, Jesus. I ain't doing it. I'm not taking the Israelites out no more. I got a better offer from the Chinese people over there. So I'm going to go to take the Chinese people. I'm going to set the Chinese people free. I'm going to set them free, because they giving me a little bit more egg rolls and rice and shrimps and stuff. So I'm going to go that route to set the people free. Or, you know, if Jesus was like, you know, hey, Lord, if it be your will, let this bitter cup, my assignment is literally to die for these people. But you know what, Lord? These people ain't worth it. I ain't doing it. I ain't, that one right there is a lot. That I ain't doing that for these people. I am not dying for these. I'm going to die for the people in the alternate universe over there. I'm going to die for them. But for these, I ain't doing it, Lord. I ain't doing it. You know, I just, when people say God sent me, you know, just a whole different realm goes up, because I want to see, you know, I know for a fact you can't bring God excuses, you know, and if you hold on a minute. Yeah. If you want to do that, then it is what it is. So.
I can't believe you said Chinese people.
It's sad.
I'm really like stuck on that right now. I'm like, this man was just said Chinese people. Listen, if you never get caught up in the whirlwind, you see this coming the whole way. That's why I don't feel sorry for no Jackson State fan.
Absolutely. I mean, it was coming.
Hold on. Because you know you love cutting the Bama off. This is my point. Is every day for 2 years, I won't say every day, but for 2 years, for majority, I have been called the biggest Jackson State hater. Scotty, you're hating. Scotty, you don't understand. Scotty, called by God. Scotty, he's here to level the playing field. Everybody was reading the Deion Sanders Bible. Heavy, especially Mike. Mike was giving out the services. Okay? Mike was having communion. Most of you Jackson State Bamas in this chat was reading the Deion Bible. And every day I would come up here and give you another way. Every day I would come up here and preach and try to lead you to the promised land of common sense. And every day I kept getting called a hater. So I don't feel sorry for none of y'all. I really don't. I don't care. I could care less because at the end of the day, he's a grown-ass man who can do whatever the hell he wants to do. And I'll say this. You got to give kudos to Deion, and this is why. Because a lot of you Bamas in here have kids that didn't even go to HBCUs. You're talking about a man who had millions of dollars, who did not have to take his kids to an HBCU that were there. Now, he benefited off of his kids being there, of course. But you Bamas don't even send your kids to HBCUs. He at least did that. So, once again, I don't care. You guys can cry me a river. You can do all that crap. Because you got caught up like Usher, and you was getting emotional, and you heard the God speech. You heard all the sweet nothings. He was love bombing you. And now you're looking up. Now you want to key his car. Now you want to slash his tires. It's bad. It's bad. And I don't feel sorry for you. It's on you, Cole.
No, it's just fans are fans for a reason. It's short for fanatic. And Jacksonians are fanatic about their school, Jackson State. They love their institution. So when you have Deion who's up there and he says, I believe we can do this. I believe we can do that. And people buy into that narrative from an emotional place, it really will, because people begin to believe in everything that you quote unquote embody. It's kind of like, okay, yes, we can. Yes, we can. It's just, when people get that emotionally involved without understanding that one day this guy is going to go and we don't have any control. Now, anytime there's a divorce, the kids, the fans, don't really know everything that went on in the relationship. They only know the surface stuff. On the surface, it just looks like Deion got a better job, better offer, or more, not better, but got a higher paying offer to go somewhere else at a Power 5 institution, which we already knew from the beginning that that's what he wanted to do. In spite of the fact that he told Channing Crowder, nope, that ain't it, XYZ, I'm there for XYZ. He's like, the first Power 5 job you get, you gonna be up out of there, right? He's like, no, not necessarily. No, he's defending that whole narrative, so everybody's starting to believe, well, maybe Deion does believe this. He is saying this. People are watching this. They're getting involved in this. And other HBCUs are like, yeah, we're defending the narrative. We're defending HBCUs and why you need to be at an HBCU, all of that stuff. But we didn't see the behind the scenes stuff. The stuff that's going on with the mayor. The mayor and the commission, the whole water scenario, stuff that could have been fixed, that never got fixed to this day. Then you got a president who does the absolute minimum, but wants the maximum. What kind of skin do you really have in the game? You're profiting. Your school is profiting off of what this guy is doing.
Absolutely.
What can you do to help keep him there? I saw no effort on his part to do anything. but profit off of the fruit of Deion's labor. You know, and in the crossfire of everything of the decisions that people make, in the crossfire are the fans and the kids, the athletes that came here because Deion persuaded them to go. You know, and this was their opportunity. You know, they came here off of personality. So now it's about, how am I going to, you know, and it seemed like some of the stuff that Deion was telling them, you know, was cold, but it's the brutal reality that there are more kids in the portal, you know, than kids that are getting scholarships. They're not giving, everybody ain't getting no scholarship.
That's fact.
Everybody's not getting a second chance. You know, so it's disappointing on that level, but you know, like I said, there's layers. There's no one side to it. And so, you know, responsible fans and responsible people know to look at it from all angles.
I agree. But listen, we'll touch back on that. We're gonna go into the Swac championship. We're gonna have a Swac championship break review. We're gonna go into one more question, and then the call lines will be open up for everybody to call in. Kofi, did you watch the Swac championship?
I did.
What was your assessment of the game?
You know, really, I was just like sitting there, and I was just like, you know, that boy Scotty was right. You know, I was just like, Scotty was like, if McCray start, don't play McCray. Don't play McCray.
Somebody need to make a t-shirt off that. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Look, don't play McCray. And they played McCray. And then it was like a pick six. I was just like, it was just turnover after turnover. It was like 26 zip. I was like, let me turn it off. I can't take it. This is ridiculous. But then I came back and McDonough was in there. And he was moving the ball. He was killing them.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, oh, if you cannot possibly justify. Where's my belt?
Oh, man.
You can't possibly justify this foolishness. Like, it's clear that McDonough should have been playing in this darn game from jump, even after series number 1. Say you just had to start McCray. After series 1, you know what? No. Let me go and put Bubba in there.
Yeah.
It was clear. It was like night and day. Like he had been watching film on Jackson State and knew exactly what to do and was able to do it.
Yeah.
On the ground and through the air. That would have been a totally different ballgame, bro.
Totally. Not even, I mean, night and day. But remember, my score was, I told you, if Bubba plays, they lose by 3. I said, if Bubba plays, they lose by 3. I said, if Bashawn McCray plays, they lose by 40. And they
could have won the darn game if Bubba had played.
Man,
that's the reality. It's like just off of just basic stuff, off of what we saw with our own 2 eyes. If Bubba plays, Southern wins that game.
Absolutely. No, I won't say wins. I'll say it is competitive. I won't say wins, but I'll definitely say it'll be way more competitive than anything Bashawn McCray would have done. I'll just say that. I'll leave it at that. And I won't say win, but I'll definitely say. But listen, it goes back. Listen, these were my Jackson State wins of what?
Bashawn McCray is under center. If Dooley allows number 11 to start the whole game, if number 11 tries to throw in this game, look, no. You saw it with your own 2 eyes. I'm looking at it from a standpoint. Jackson State prepared for Bashan. True statement. Which is precisely the reason I would have freaking played Bubba.
That's good. That's a good point. That's coaching. That sounds like coaching to me.
Yeah, it sounds like coaching.
Sound like coaching.
Let me give you another coaching scenario, okay? This is me. All right. So back in my day when I was coaching track, with the National Youth Sports Program, we would do a 440 relay team every single day. I had 2 teams with my 10 and unders. And this other group was kicking our tail every single day. They were beating us by like just a little bit. So I kept it, because none of them races actually counted. But the kids, just celebrated, blah, blah, blah. On the last day, I said, I'm taking leg number 2 from team 1 and I'm putting him on team 2. And I'm taking the other one, I'm switching back. Bruh, on the final day, when the race actually counted, we won by like a landslide. Like we blew them out. The race was not close.
Yeah.
And they were sitting there like, what in the world happened? It's like I made a switch. When you play for championships, you have to make decisions. Decisions is what determines your destiny. And as you sit there and you're like, I know that they're doing this stuff for McCray. I know they're preparing for McCray. Give them something that they're not preparing for.
Absolutely.
Duh.
Absolutely. Listen, this will be really interesting if it does happen, because now it's okay to play Power Fives. See, and this is my thing with Jackson State people in general. It wasn't okay when Deion was there. But now that Deion's gone, oh my God, we get to play a Power 5. And they said they're going to pay us $1.5 million. I thought selling out wasn't the name of the game. See, but when you're caught up in that, you know what? Never mind. I'm not even going, I'm gonna just go Colorado. Anyway, last question before we get to the call lines. Would you allow Deion and Shedeur to participate in the Celebration Bowl? And this, let me caveat this before I let you go. For me, seeing him at Colorado, seeing him say the stuff that he said, just stay. Like I don't, I know Jackson State fans are not going to like my assessment of this. Come back, we want to win a Celebration Bowl. Just go. Like it just to me it just has a weird dynamic to it. It just really does for me. Like, just go. You know what I'm saying? You're there, you're putting on this and coming back trying to coach and wearing 2 different hats. I would just rather you just be a Colorado, but that's just my personal opinion. What do you got on that, Kof?
Well, obviously, Ashley feels the way that he feels. You know what I'm saying? And has this personal relationship with Prime. So it's a friendly relationship. So he feels like he should allow Deion and Shedeur to do it because they brought in. They're largely the reason why they're there. I'm more of the Bo Schembechler model. You're no longer, you decided to go and leave the institution like that. Yeah. And we're going to be hung by and dry with these kids. Let's see what we got. Let me go on ahead and evaluate what we got and see if we can motivate these guys to play at a championship level and see what we got on staff. Because you no longer work for Jackson State. You work for Colorado. And that's the way, it's kind of like you made a decision. Now, obviously, if I'm there, I'm trying to do what I can to try to keep Deion, whether that's the president, alumni, partnering with the city, doing whatever we can to try to raise funds. But that's crazy. That's just crazy. It's awkward. Now, what's gonna be funny is the brouhaha is you're playing a very unified and very good North Carolina Central team. This team is more than capable of beating Jackson State. They were capable of beating them if Deion had been there full time. Now they show enough are are I'm looking at them to probably just outright win this game, because I don't know how Shadur's teammates are going to listen to him or look to him as the leader with him going to Colorado. That's a whole different vibe.
I didn't even think about that.
You know, bruh, you're going to be up out of here. Why should I block for you? You know, you on your way out of here. You know, you're not our leader anymore. Why we trusted you to be our leader. Now you going on because your daddy, you know, run your life. You grown. Why don't you make a decision on your own and stay here at J-State? Mr. Grown. You know, so I just, you know, just really with those dynamics, that's a whole bunch of distractions for these college young men to have to try to deal with, you know. And I know that Deion tried to name his successor, you know, in the little press conference, but even with that, you know, just the whole unknown is just the foundation for craziness and instability.
Yeah, I don't like it. It just feels messy. It just feels like I would have been okay with it if he would have told his team he took the job, but he didn't do the press conference until after the Celebration Bowl. I would have been okay with that. I really would have. I'd be like, hey, you know, he letting them know taking the job or whatever. It was going to Colorado. It was doing the press conference. It was throwing shade at Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just all the little stuff in between.
Now, that's the part with Deion that I kind of like have a whole issue with. You know, the whole crime-free, all of this stuff, you know, craziness. You know, so now you're going to throw shade on the people that open the door for you to be seen as a head football coach, to give you the opportunity to show what you could do. And the fact that you said, my people, you know, this is the opportunity for me to be with my people.
Yeah.
You know, so now your people they're not good enough for you. You know, that whole part is like he said so much, just coach speak, just trying to be accepted, but that's Deion. So, you know, for the people that really legitimately try to give him the benefit of the doubt, those are the people that are really hurting in this hour.
Let me say this, and my fiance, y'all know Key, she said this, and I thought it was really profound. And you guys can, you know, weigh in on it. She said, this is probably the most comfortable Shador will feel in his college career. Now, let me break this down for y'all. She said he's always grown up. Like, Shiloh is Jackson. Like, we could take Shiloh out of this. But Shador's always been the protected one, the baby, the superstar, the Deion. He's grown up around money, right? So and this is all from what Key and me were just talking about. She was like, she just thought that you might see a better version of Shador. Why? Because he is not the pinnacle of success. Like, when he's at Jackson, everybody's looking up to Shador like, I want to be Shador. But when Shador goes to Colorado, there's going to be kids who got their dad's building is, you know, the dad got a name on a building, or you pulling up in a Mercedes, I'm pulling up in a Mercedes. You know, he's not the pinnacle of success. He might be cool because he's a Sanders, but his money is not going to shake the metric of other people in Colorado, if that makes any sense. Now, that's just something we were talking about, but I do think that there is some form of that. I think he will feel a little bit comfortable being at Colorado, because I'll just say this: the tax brackets are pretty close. I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm not gonna say status, because we know black people, we cool, whatever, But the tax brackets are just gonna flow a little differently. That's a little 2 cents. Just a little something to think about. Not nothing too serious, just something to think about. All right, call lines are open. 518-263-8124. 518-263-8124. 9521 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize I was first. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Really quick, I want to say in the beginning, when all of this happened with Deion, Colorado was getting a lot of hate. I am from Aurora, Colorado. Boulder is about 45 minutes away, and it is not 100% white country. There are black people there. It's really nice. It's really cool. And I think people that haven't been there, you have a perception of it, but it's not bad. It is nice, and it's a really nice school and a nice area, and the people are very friendly and welcoming. Yes, they are in the Deion tax bracket and higher, so that is 100% true. I did want to ask about what is his name? Malachi Wiseman, I believe that was his name.
Yes, ma'am.
Is he staying or joining? I don't think he's following Deion because he didn't really play much, and I don't know if that was personality or what, but does anybody know the status of what his plans are?
I wouldn't be surprised if he does jump in the portal, but I know that he didn't play a lot because of his grades and the situation, like missing practice and things like that. They knew he was the best guy. I heard from the camp that they knew he was the best guy on the team. He kept shooting himself in the foot, missing practice, bad grades, just all type of stuff.
Okay. I was just curious, you've watched the video, we all watch the videos, and you become attached to certain kids and names, and regardless of where everyone goes, I'm still going to support Jackson. I found your station, your radio thing, YouTube from Jackson, and at first I did not like you because that damn button, I'm like, why is he pressing the button so much? But I've grown to it, and now I'm a follower and love the channel. And I'll still be following and going to Jackson State games. Thank you, guys. You do great.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, well, thank you. She sounds so sweet. She just sounds like the best. She's like the kind of mom you like, man. My mom the coolest, man. That's what she sound like. Whoa, these call lines are blowing up. I'm coming to you, babe. What's up, babe? You live?
Okay. Hey, y'all.
Them stairs ain't no joke. I know them. I know them stairs ain't no joke. You must have come up the stairs.
Yeah, I jetted because I didn't want to turn your background down. I had to, do a little exercise. Anyway, get the likes up, please. But for those that were confused on my viewpoints, this was my observation. If you go and look at, I don't know if it's season 1, season 2 of the Prime documentary, pay attention to Shador's body language and demeanor when he went into the lady's house. And Deion automatically felt very comfortable because Deion, he has a certain je ne sais quoi. He makes you feel, whether he's in a bougie place, whether he's at home with the cousins, Deion is very versatile, right? Shador looked like a kid that you have to have that conversation with before you go into the house. And the kid is kind of looking a little awkward, but you don't want him to embarrass you and make the host feel awkward about their space. So you're like, boy, get your. Yeah, he'll take some water. And then Shador's looking at the great value bottle of water like, it's not really Fiji. Thank you for the water. With that forced smile because your daddy just shot you the get right look. Now, no Perrier. Exactly, JB. So if we fast forward to late Saturday evening, early Saturday morning, smash, exactly, then you will see Shador had this level of relief and like I'm with my people, somewhat like how we felt when Black Panther came out, and you look in the theater and you like, Wakanda forever, my ninja, my ninja. What's that? Yeah, Rest in peace to T'Challa. With your people, with your folks. That's what I meant. So, Shalomi, Bossy, and Shador, they were just like, yo, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Dad, for making this decision. Tracy also had at ease moment, like, praise God, I don't have to worry about my baby getting sniped at shot. I don't have to worry about certain things anymore. Now we may have to think about buffaloes or some wildlife coming around, but they're gonna be all right. Okay. Now Shiloh, as my fiance would say, Shiloh for the streets. Okay. And Shiloh, like, I'm with my ninjas, you know what I mean? Down in the Jack. I'm going to go down the steps, you know what I mean? I'm going to floss my Louis V. I'm going to do all of that. And Shiloh showed his loyalty by rocking the same level of loyalty, even after the incident with his car, even after, you know, all the crime that has surrounded his family. Shador and Bossy, they run about that life, so much so that even when Bossy was out, and she didn't come home until later because she was practicing basketball, her brothers lit into her. Now, I know they lit into her because she's a female, but it was also like, you're a female here in Jackson. And these niggas, they're a little bit different. Okay? So they don't have to worry. You won't see a video like that at Colorado. You know, if Bobby's like, hey, me and my girls decided to, you know, go out and, you know, run to the mall or do like that. Listen, Deion like, you know, all right, cool. You got your location on. I can pull up on you anytime. It's not the same as in Jackson. And that was what I observed. So I hope that clarifies everything for you guys.
That does.
The lights are at 269. Hold on, honey, because I got the floor now. The lights are at 269. We have 1,000 people watching this stream. Y'all may not like what he's saying. Y'all may not like what Kofi is saying. Thumbs up or thumbs down. We can do better. And let me just drive this home, okay? Because this is what Deion was talking about. This level of support. This problem with the alum. Y'all not even liking a free stream. This is free. Y'all want to hear what he has to say? Y'all want to listen to the controversy. Now, he's not going to say that, but I do. It matters. Because if you want a voice for the street, if you want somebody to be, you know, the adversary, to take the bullet, to get kicked out of the game, the least y'all could do for me as his future wife is like the dang on stream. What's the quote you like?
Thanks, babe.
Who said dang on? You about to say.
All right. Thank you, babe.
Deion.
7-3. I'm gonna be in trouble because I hung up on it. But I gotta move on. 45-33 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Hey, I'm Lamar from Chicago.
What's up?
Yeah, man. I just can't believe how people acting that Deion left. He ain't from no HBCU. He's from a PWI. People need to know that. His loyalty ain't to Jackson State.
But he made them feel like he was loyal.
Yeah.
You know, and unfortunately, some people didn't have the discernment to be able to separate his coach speak from the real Deion.
Right, I understand that, but like I heard Scotty say a long time ago, they want Deion to say the whole Swac. Come on.
Man, y'all, listen. If I can hang up on my fiance, I damn sure hang up on you. Y'all need to get to y'all points a lot quicker. All right. I'm not
the background.
It's like 15 of you Bammers on the call line. You know what I'm saying? Like, get to your point, say what you gotta say, and don't have your background up. All right. Because I know you should be listening to me. So 3428 coming to you. Don't have your background up. Know what you want to say, and let's get it. Hey, calling you live.
Hey, Scotty. This is Benjamin from Augusta.
What's up, man? Talk to me.
My question is this. I'm a football coach myself, and I've seen firsthand what happens when you lose the locker room. So what do you think the point spread is going to be for the Celebration Bowl? Because I believe them coaching and coming back, I think is going to kind of shake some stuff up.
I think I'm gonna go in there, Kofi. You can knock it out, but I think it might be 7 to 10 points. I don't think this point spread is going to be very high. I think they're about to see the best quarterback they've seen all season. Probably the best balanced team all season, if I do say so myself. So I'll say about 7 or 10 points. You say 3, Kobe?
No. That's not what I was saying. I was saying 3 phases.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, North Carolina Central can beat you in 3 phases. I still think that the point spread is going to be 7 Jackson State, but I think Central's going to show up and show out because this is a hungry team that nobody's the whole us against the world theme. And if J-State, the only thing that I see that would really motivate J-State to go to a different level is if they decide to favor North Carolina Central some kind of way by like 3 to 7 points. If not, Central's coming in with a major edge.
Well, it certainly will be interesting, but that's all.
Hey, appreciate it, Coach. Let's see where we go. Wow. Coming to you, Smash. Listen, if you're a member and you're calling in, please put your last 4
Dear Jackson State people, let me say this to you. This is the same Central that lost to Campbell, but it was the same South Carolina State that lost 30-6 to FAMU.
Got it.
Please understand, these matchups have nothing to do with what you're going to face come this. They have been watching Jackson State a long time. Your team is in turmoil. Your people, he's going to have to do some kind of psych job to get these boys ready to play. So I think, although I believe that Jackson State is the better team on paper.
All right, go into Smash first. Hey, caller, you live.
It's like Deion better get used to that fresh air and no crime. To let him use that celebration board. He's gonna be crime that motherfucker. I'm telling you, boy, hey, I wouldn't even let him coach that game, son. Because do you look at Twitter on under them comments saying they felt like he basically just told them they wasn't good enough to hit the transfer report. You know what I'm saying? Which is pretty much what he said. But you gonna create a rift in that room. All them players ain't feeling that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let one of them offensive linemen not block for Shador. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. So I wouldn't take a chance to let him play. But let them lose the fucking game, and you gonna see who is swacking them up. But I'm telling you, the Jags gonna show their ass. Well, that's my time, Scott. There we go.
I appreciate it, Smash. All right, JB, coming to you. What's up, JB?
Carlton Gumbo calling. How are you doing, sir?
What's up?
Okay, I have a few questions for y'all tonight. Okay, the first question is, I heard about you being kicked out the game earlier. Was this because you were giving a statement to Inspector Campbell of the Offscript News Agency about a report you were filing in Jackson?
Negative.
Okay, second question. The Homeboy Coaching University that you talked about earlier in your show, is that where all the SWAC coaches and SWAC referees come from for their certifications?
I believe they might. That was a good one. I believe they might.
And the final question is, will there be a repass from coaches about the decision that took place this past weekend? Because apparently people are canceling their tithes and their offerings to the coaches. So will Pastor Script be making an appearance at a repass for coaches?
It might be a homegoing. It definitely might be a homegoing.
Church of God and Sanders.
Church and God and Sanders.
Well, thank you very much, and you enjoy the rest of your evening, gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Carlton. I appreciate your call. Church of God and Sanders. If you don't know, now you know. Serve, coming to you. Try to find your number here, Serve. I got you. All right, coming to you, Serve. Hey, you live, Serve. Serve.
Next.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, yeah. First things first. I appreciate you for giving me a second. First things first. Y'all gotta give Shannon a break, man. He's gonna defend Deion with everything because he trying to be in Colorado with all the stuff that he likes. If you know what I'm talking about. So he's gonna be hanging with Deion a whole bunch.
That makes sense.
In Colorado.
That's a good point. That's a damn good point. That is a damn good point.
Second thing is we knew this was gonna happen. I remember calling in a year and a half ago, and I wasn't trying to hate, but I was just telling y'all I wasn't really buying all the stuff he had been saying. And I know the Jackson State fans really did. That's why I feel for them for real, because he sold himself pretty good, you know. And I knew some people was going to take it too far. And what just happened now is exactly what we really expected to happen. I mean, we've been saying it for a while. And third thing is that Celebration Bowl. I don't know if he should coach either, but I think it would probably only cause more negative media if they was to do something as drastic as blocking him. So I really don't know what the right answer is with that, but I think regardless, it's going to be bad. Deion's kind of created a lot of chaos with his pass move and throwing the shade and stuff.
I like it. Appreciate the call, sir.
That's all I got.
No problem, bro. Appreciate the call. Let me go. Who's up next? Mr. Lindsay, coming to you. 9630. Got you. Hey, you live.
Hey, guys. Quick question, Scotty. So the way Jackson State fans and the way the HBCU community is acting towards Deion, does that limit the kind of celebrity coach or big-time coach that they want to come to HBCUs for the future?
Oh, this definitely affected Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and the ADs that's going to be hiring because they got to make a decision in terms of the direction of the program. And, you know, do I want to bring somebody in here that's only going to be here for 3 to 4 years and use us as a stepping stone? Or do I want somebody here for the long haul? Now, the reality that a lot of HBCU fans have to get to is that the day of Eddie Robinson being there for 50 years is over with. Like
Yeah.
Coach Robinson and, you know, the days of guys being here 30 years is practically out the window. So, you know, ADs have to consider that before they do it. But this definitely is going to have a play on the whole Ray Lewis, Ed Reed thing. And I'm looking to see what's going to happen with that.
What about on the flip side, though? If I'm Ed Reed and I'm a Ray Lewis and I don't want to be the social worker, the AD, the football coach, and every other job that I have to be, and then deal with an administration that don't really want to support me, don't want to do what I need them to do, and then a fan base that is so locked in their traditional ways, they won't allow me to give any progress to your program. So does it affect the other way as well? Do I want to go through what Deion is going through right now? Because I had a whole bunch of people think I should stay forever, like every other Swac coach. Only other Swac coach that could leave was what Buddy Pugh and like it or Robinson. He could have left, but this is the first time any other coach out of the Swac really could have left and elevated from there. So everybody's used to this 10-year. And I'll hear your response, Scotty. And I know you got a lot of people. I'll let you go.
I appreciate it. I disagree. Buddy is more or less like looking to retire than move up. And the next person probably should have moved up is Willie Simmons, if we're being a whole honesty. If you want to go after Willie, maybe McNair, but I would put McNair in like another FCS program or a Group of 5 program just because of his stability of that program and what he does with less. I would love to see what Fred McNair could look like with I would love to see what Fred McNair would look like if he could get everything he's supposed to have. Listen, I'll tell you this, and Dre, you're up next. I'll tell you this. If you want to coach and that's your aspiration and you talk to Deion and he tells you everything that goes behind the scene, that's up to you. That is your decision. You have his number, call him, see what he says about the position, and go from there. I don't think any celebrity football guy would take this job without calling Deion first. It just doesn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, tell me what's going on. Tell me all the ins and outs. So whoever does decide to take this job, just know they talked to Deion. He told them what it was, and they still decided to take the job. So that is what it is.
Now, let me say this last part. When it comes to that, ain't nobody else finna give Ed Reed and Ray Lewis an opportunity without them having coached on the head coaching level. You know, unless they're super duper desperate PWI with strong relationships with the two. Yeah. They're not going to turn over the keys to an Ed Reed or Ray Lewis without head coaching experience. And that's what they need. And the only people that are really willing to do something like that is your HBCUs or your lower Division II schools.
Absolutely. Dre, coming to you. Once again, if you are a member of the channel, you have a circle beside your name. Please drop your last four in the comments so you can skip the line and get your call answered. Dre, coming to you.
Hey, what's up, man? I appreciated your show yesterday. A lot of insight.
Thank you,
I didn't have no problems because of the fact he kept saying he was going to interview. I guess people overlook the fact that he interviews. So, you know, when somebody interviews, it's a possibility that they could take the job. I think they're shocked that he actually took the job, but learning from yesterday, with everything going on, hey. So, also consider that everything he's done in, let's say, 2.5 years, he's won. Would you rather have somebody who wins and does everything Deion does, but is out in like 2.5 years, or just a coach who doesn't win that's there for 5 years? Because we know in the HBCU world,
you said that
they're going to give you a long leash.
Does not.
You said that does not win?
That does not win.
Oh, no.
Like, think about it. He won.
I don't want you.
The last 2 years, he's won. He's won at a high level, and that's on the field. We're not going to mention off the field.
I think the better analogy would have been, would you want a boring coach that wins, or a Deion or a Ray Lewis that wins at a high, like, you know, with the publicity and all that for 2 years? Like, I would have rocked with you on that analogy. Do you go with the basic guy who wins 8 to 9 games or whatever, and you might get back to the Swac championship? Or do you want the high value celebrity who puts you on every news and network, and you only got him for 2 years? I think that's more realistic.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go with that. Let's go with that scenario.
Me personally, I'm going to take.
Because it's like LeBron. It's called like that. That when
can
he was
I
in
answer the question?
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to go with the celebrity. And the reason I'm going to go with the celebrity is because they bring resources that the boring guy could never bring. That's just, I want guys that bring resources, because if you bring enough gosh darn resources, then 4 or 5 years from now, I don't need those resources no more.
Yeah. Also, I got one more question. How long do you think Jackson State people would have liked for him to be there? I know they like to be on forever, but what did they really expect? Because
at least 5 years.
No matter when he would have left, it would have been an impact. You know what I'm saying? They would have had something to say.
Appreciate the call, Dre. I think they would have been okay if Shedeur graduated. If Shedeur would have graduated, I think they would have been okay. People are going to say 5 because of Travis. Oh, it's to see Travis graduate as well. But I think if he would have gave him 4 after Shedeur, they would have been happy. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, whatever else. But he probably would have had to stay that 5th year for Travis. So it was a give or take. People just like, oh, he should have seen Travis off. Yeah, that's really all you really cared about.
And Travis is going with him anyway.
Exactly. 4512 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Scott, what up, Scott? What up, Cody? Diallo, Ohio in the building. What's going on?
What's goody?
What's up?
What's good? Real quick, man. I know the lines is probably jumping. I just had a few quick things I wanted to run by y'all. I always say it's a pattern in sports, especially when you have a coach that's kind of like a legend or has a big personality. I always feel like the coach that comes after him or her normally isn't the one that has success. There's always some exceptions to the rule. I think Jimbo Fisher is the one who replaced Bobby Bowden. But most of the time, the one that comes after, I call the buffer coach, has success. So I think Jackson State should be really mindful of how they pick their next coach. I like the fact that Deion endorsed TC, even I don't think TC will get it. You know what I'm saying? Ed Reed and Ray Lewis are great football minds. The fact that they have no experience would be problematic for me as far as coaching. At least Deion and Dilfer coached on the high school level and won for quite some time. But whatever they do, man, they just have to make sure that they understand this is a business. You know, Deion came with the salesman ship, and you know, the Lord told me this and that. Whenever people start talking about that, I take what they say with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we know he was trying to get the Florida State job before he even considered Jackson State. So you already knew he had Power 5 aspirations. So you shouldn't have failed for that. So if they would have been prepared, they would have had an opportunity to have an easier transition, and people would not bid in their feelings and defacing murals and all that kind of stuff, which is whack. But my question to you guys is, I'm going to get out the way because I know it's busy. Who do you think would be the best choice for the job? TC, Willie Taggart, or Ray Lewis, or Ed Reed?
Well, I appreciate the call.
Well, Willie Taggart already went to Colorado, so he's off the book. So he ain't trying to go to Jackson State. I would, for me, if I'm thinking out loud, I really like Ray Lewis's personality. I like his heart. I like his energy. I know that he would be able to recruit. He has the type of energy that Jacksonians, I think, would respond to. I think going in another direction, in a more stable direction, it may be beneficial, but they need to have some wins and some W's behind their name before they go that route.
I like Ray because he's from Baltimore. He's an advocate for that city. Baltimore and Jackson are pretty
similar.
Much they're very one and the same. Inner city, not much going on. But Baltimore is in Maryland. They have the harbor, so it's that much better than Jackson. But either way, it is it's pretty much the same.
Kevin Sumlin is not coming to Jackson. I'll tell y'all that now.
All right. Let me see who's next.
That would be shocking, boy. That would be a shock.
9762 coming to you. They calling you live.
What's going on, Scotty? This is Gabe from Memphis. What's going on, Kofi?
Hey, my brother. How are you?
Good evening.
All right. Hey, I guess I want to, start it off by giving my condolences out to the family of the young man who lost his life Friday, on the Jackson State campus there. So I just want to, start it off like that. And then I heard what you said yesterday, Scotty, about some of the things that were going on behind the scenes, with Jackson State. And I didn't know that the doggone president was kind of like undermining Prime, with the, with some of the deals he had set up.
Absolutely.
See, I was looking at Prime video when he was saying, he got some boosters coming for Colorado, and I said, now why did Prime? I said, oh, wait a minute. He did try to do this for Jackson State too, and the president did that. I'm like, wow, okay. So, okay, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna, get on off here. What y'all think about Mike Mentor? And I'm gone.
All right, appreciate it, G. Listen, Campbell is a better job than Jackson. It's simple. It's not hard. I'm not hating. I'm not hating. It's a better job. Stop. You guys act like y'all members act like you freaking USC or something. You ain't USC. Shoot, you barely CSU. Anyway, oh God, that's a crazy question. 1027 coming to you. Let me find you. Here you go. Got you. Hey, caller, you live. Oh, my bad. All right, now you live. You live.
All right, how you guys doing tonight?
What's goody?
I would just like to know, they talk about not wanting to be a stepping stone. The Swac has been composite of teams for how long? You are what you make yourself to be. So if you don't want to be a stepping stone, it is on each individual school to make sure you set yourself up not to be a stepping stone. You got to make your job desirable. Have they done that? Probably not. That's all I'm saying. But I also want to know, would you have gone? And if you have 4 people you could take with you, who you taking?
Appreciate the call. If I'm Deion, I'm taking Travis. I'm taking my son. I'm taking Cam. I'm taking Wilkerson. Oh, God, he said only 4. Shador, Travis, Cam, Willie Gaines.
You wouldn't take the defense coordinator?
He said players, 4 players.
Oh, he said players. I thought he said people.
Yeah, 4 players. But what were you about to say, Kofi, about the stepping stool?
Well, you know, people make it seem like HBCUs asked to be in this position, you know, of not doing the. Most HBCUs have been deliberately underfunded for years by the state. And I know people say, well, how long are you going to be there? Well, you know, we're just now getting to a spot where we've seen some success legally, where we believe we have the legal system is set up in our favor, where we'll be able to reap the billions that's already owed to us. Money helps infrastructural issues, you know, and it helps you to be able to balance a lot of that stuff out. Money will help your facilities issues, you know. So from that standpoint, I think now there's no excuse. I think every HBCU should be going after this money, should be suing their respective states, doing whatever is necessary to get the money that's already owed, because the case is basically pure and simple. It's plain and simple. And it's a winnable opportunity for all of our HBCUs to fix our infrastructural issues. Now, back to the whole thing in regards to what's needed for our athletic programs. You know, alumni and all the supporters need to challenge the president to stop doing stupid stuff. You know, you need to hold their feet to the fire. You know, the president of Jackson State, they should be lighting his tail up like, sir, so you had a whole opportunity to do X, Y, and Z and you did nothing? You got to go. We got to get somebody in here that's going to be on one accord with Ashley, one accord with our football coach, one accord with our academic administrators. We need somebody that's going to do it all and not be egotistical to the point that you hinder the growth of the university.
I'll say this in regards to the position being a stepping stone. If we're thinking about, if you really being honest, most HBCU coaching jobs are not stepping stones. I'm going to say that again because a lot of you guys are going to miss that. Most of HBCU jobs are not stepping stones, right? Like you don't see an exorbitant amount of people like KJ Black going to the NFL. You don't see Willie Simmons, who should be able to get a group of 5 job or a power 5 coordinator, head coaching position. He should be able to do that. Most HBCU coaches are recycled goods. All they do, they're just passed around. Like, hey, I've had my chance with him. You try. Oh, he didn't work out here. You try. Hey, I'm gonna give him back to you. Here you go.
My God.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, most of the jobs are not stepping stone jobs. Just because Deion, in 100 years, 2 people have made the jump to Power 5. Deion, a celebrity, and Jay Hobson, a white man. That's it. So don't let one anomaly be the standard. That's not true. Who do you think will be hiring Dooley? Who do you think will be banging down Southern's door to get Dooley?
Nobody.
Come on, man. Stop playing with me.
Nobody.
So let's not act like all these guys are just out here like, oh, they're killing it. They're not. They're not. Simply, they're not. All right. Let's get it popping. Let me see. I'm trying to go to people I haven't seen before. 6259 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
What's going on? What's going on, Scotty? What's going on, Kofi?
What's good?
Hey.
What's your name?
Mac. I'm calling from Jake fan.
What's up, Mac?
What's going on, man? Like I said, with this, whole situation going on with Deion, like you were just talking about with the presidents or whatever, it's just like, man, like, it's just so hard to wrap your brain around, like, you have this gift in your possession such as Deion. Seem like, you should be doing anything and everything to make sure that you protect it and make sure you can keep it as long as you can. It's just for some reason we as black people, we always take advantage of things, but sometimes in the wrong way, you know. And I was like, there definitely, I feel like could have been more that Jackson State could have done. But, you know, then on the flip side with Deion leaving, you know how, you know, y'all was saying to not believe in what he was saying at first. But, you know, you think about a town like Jackson in Mississippi, like, you know, having Deion at Jackson State, that was the best thing we could have ever had. It gave people something to look for, some people to be proud of, you know, and it's just stripped away. It's just like, and I'm a Jackson State fan, you know, I played in the Boom 5 years, and it's like, you know, I was proud and glad to have him at Jackson State, but, you know, I was even more glad because I knew that he was helping the whole conference, because this is the first time I ever seen the whole Swac just be as competitive as they were. And it just felt good to be back in, you know, had that feeling again, you know. But like I said, just, you know, I guess my question I could just leave y'all with is, moving forward with any president of Swac, you know, just making sure, how can you make sure that you protect or keep, if you do get a good coach like that, make sure that you keep their coach and keep them happy, make sure they can stay, to make sure that they can leave a imprint on the institution.
Hey, appreciate the call, Mac.
Well, you know, there has to be alumni engagement and involvement. And in order to be engaged, in order to be involved, you have to be engaged. You have to be informed. You have to have all of the necessary information so you can make smart statements and strategically put in place the things that are necessary to send the university forward. Now, to go back to your point, talking about losing stuff, and you were talking about the president, the late Dr. Miles Monroe said something that I thought was very profound. And I try to put this in every aspect of my life as much as I can. Whatever you mismanage, you lose. Whatever you mismanage, you lose. That's relationships. That's all of the things that you've been called to do. If you mismanage it, you're going to lose it. Jackson State's president mismanaged the relationship with Deion Sanders and Ashley Robinson. And as a result, he's losing the one cash cow that was a benefit to not only Jackson State, the city of Jackson, and really the rest of many other HBCUs, you know? So yeah. It's you can't mismanage those moments, mismanage it, time, all that stuff. You lose it, man. We got to do better.
Got it. I love it. We getting to everybody tonight, baby. 3350 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Hi, I'm Maria from Virginia. I was just wondering, you guys' perspective, how do you think that if Jackson State wins or loses the Celebration Bowl, what is going to be the after effect? That's my only question.
Oh, thank you so much.
Like, is it going to look bad on him?
Jackson State has to win this game. If they don't win this game, there's going to be a lot of luster that's going to be off the program. Not saying that they can't regain it back. I think Jackson State, for me, you know, just having ties to the state of Mississippi, is always going to be Jackson State. They're always going to be a tough out. But a lot of the luster is gone because of Deion. They lose the game, and it's going to be confirmation that it's gone. So then people are going to start believing that it's gone. Your opponents are going to start believing that it's gone. And then it's just going to gradually go downhill, depending on who they bring in to stabilize or resurrect the ship if they lose the game. But
I'll say this. This is where they can either come in like Ghostbusters, how they were against Southern, because they came in against Southern. They came in on a mission. It was like game over in the first 8 minutes. You know, you're like, oh yeah, they ain't ready for this. But I do think if things start going weird in the Celebration Bowl, I think you might see a team that's just like, they might just wilt. You know what I'm saying? They just might just wilt and say, hey, let's just call this season. Let's get to the transfer portal. Let's get this over. We already Swac champions. It could be one of those. So I think if Jackson State comes out hot, quick, fast, and they get that energy rolling, it could get really ugly. But I think if it If it's a contest and it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, I think they might wilt under that pressure. I really do. I think they might wilt. So
they better be ready to play for 60 minutes because that North Carolina said even Alcorn last year, if you think about that game that they had in Atlanta, Alcorn had a pretty decent start. And, you know, come second half, here comes the kick, here comes the punt return, here comes the block punt, here comes all of this stuff that NCC is bringing out of the woodworks.
Yeah.
You know, all three phases have to be on point. If they're not alert and ready, Jackson State's going to get beat.
45-14, 45-14 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Hey, Scotty. Hey, Kofi. This Coach D. How you doing?
What's up, Coach D?
Hey, what's up? What's up? All right, so I have a question and a quick comment because I know things have to be very quick over there. So, my first question is: did anybody not find it strange that Tracy Edmonds was not able to do her College Hill show at Jackson State, but she was able to do Texas Southern and Alabama State? So she was not. Jackson State didn't want her to do that at College Hill show.
So
now that's Deion's woman.
It's funny.
So
it's funny you bring that up.
Come on now. Come on now.
So from Deion's camp, they said everything was in place. They settled on everything.
Mm-hmm.
All the contracts they had gone back and forth.
Wow.
At the last minute, the president pulled the plug on it and was like, "Nah, I don't want to do it." And then that's why they went to Texas Southern.
Wow. So I mean, so nobody talking about that, but you know.
Hey, listen, you know.
Whatever you mismanage, you lose.
That's what happened.
All right, there you go. And then I thought Kofi was gonna go this direction when he started talking about Moses, and then he started going to the Chinese people and the fried shrimp fried rice and egg rolls. But I just want to say this. Moses, which I'm calling Deion, led the people out of Egypt to the border of the promised land and was shown the land by God, but he did not lead the people into it. So Deion led the people to the border, come on now, to see it, but he did not lead the people into it. He wasn't allowed to. Now, this was done by Joshua. So that is going to be someone else's purpose to lead them in. Okay. So this is for my people who, you know, saying he called by God. We can all say we called and doing something, but God has other plans. He was only able to let them see it, but now it's Joshua's turn to lead the people into the promised land. Thank y'all. Y'all have a nice day. Amen.
Amen. Oh,
that was a word. That's a whole word. Let's go.
She said it was not Moses. She said it was Joshua. She said he went to the brink and God said, "No, sir. I need somebody else. You will stay behind, build with the white folk, while Joshua leads us in the promised land." Oh, Coach D, you was preaching. Yeah,
she preached. That was a whole word.
Wow. Now that was a call. That was a call. Shout out to you, Coach D. God almighty. That was a whole bar. 81-17, the Coach Green coming to you. Hey, call you live.
Hey, how you doing?
What's good? How you doing?
Can you? All right. I wanted to say, now I'm from Jackson.
Jacktown.
I'm from Jackson. Yeah, I live right down the street from Jackson State. And it's a shame that people are so upset about Coach Prime leaving, but he did what he was called to do. He came to help us. And you know, he did what he's supposed to do. Now it's time for him to move on. I don't understand why they so upset and you know, aroused about it. I mean, you got to literally, you know, give somebody else a chance. You know, it ain't all on him. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I do.
So it's like, okay, he just showing us that we could be, with all chaos and everything going on around, you still can be successful and be a better person with all that going on. So, you have to do something for yourself. You get what I'm saying? So, more power to them. I hope they win this last game. But they got to get it together themselves. You can't put it all on Coach Prime because, he just was one part of it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. No, I agree. I love the call.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so thank you for letting me call in.
Anytime. Jack Town in the building. Shout out to the women.
Bruh, Key ushered that woman spirit up in there. Key came on, and then all the women just started calling.
Like a flood of women. Like a
Hondo both sides.
Shout out to the ladies. This is strictly for the ladies. Anyway. Coach Green, coming to you. This is the Headache Hour. So if anybody wants to step away and come back, you're more than welcome to do so. All right. What's up, Coach Green?
Really, dog? Really?
What's up?
Like that? We haven't had this type of conversation. We haven't fussed. We haven't yelled at each other. You haven't hung up on me in some years now. Why we got to go back to that?
Years? That's a little extreme. Well, go ahead.
But anyway, my question to you, because you say Campbell a better job. So what makes Campbell a better job than JSU? I want to hear that.
Facilities for one. The fact of the matter is the pay, the money, boosters, private donors. Like he ain't got
administration.
He ain't got to worry about all that foolishness down there at Jackson. And like
every school got foolishness, dog. It just y'all cover up good.
But not the foolishness of Jackson. See, you didn't hear what I said. I said the foolishness of Jackson. I didn't say foolishness. I just said the foolishness of Jackson.
I say they about the same, personally. I feel like they about the same. Because now, before Deion got there, you probably could say that, but Deion leaving it in a better place, so I could say Campbell and Jackson about the same.
Okay. That's
and because, facilities upgrade, locker room, nice. The whole facility where the locker room's at is nice. Practice fields, 2 practice fields, 1 grass, 1 turf.
How's the locker room at the stadium?
The stadium bigger. We got a bigger stadium. I say we.
How is the locker room at the stadium?
Huh?
The locker room at the stadium.
I understand that part, but still.
The locker room at the stadium. It still got roaches and rats?
Yeah. All right. Hello?
Yeah, we here.
All right.
We still here.
Yeah, I understand that part. All right. Anyway, now I'm going to talk about my Southern Jags.
Why?
Yeah, we should have went to bubble earlier. That's all I wanted to say. We should have went to bubble earlier.
Okay. I think I've been saying that
so close.
3 games. I think I've been saying that for like 3 games, but don't worry about me.
Yeah, but hey, you have. But only thing I could come up with is he probably was playing better in practice. That's the only thing I could come up with. And then you can't take them games they won away from him.
Dooley is stubborn. That's why that happened. Dooley has been stubborn.
But okay, Coach Green, let's stick with hold on.
I agree.
Hold on, let's stick with your assessment. Let's say you're right. He had been playing good. He had been playing better in practice. But when do you take him out of the game? That is my issue. When do you say he is not giving my team a spark? Let me take him out of the game and put Bubba in or Blood in to see if it can generate my team a spark. That is my issue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's something we all can see on the field.
Yeah. And, and then I'm looking at, because he's probably looking at how, Prairie View and Alcorn game, he played well against them 2 teams that put him in this situation where they could play for the celebration. I mean, not celebration, but the Swac championship. So I guess he was also taking that into consideration. Like maybe he gonna finally wake back up and play like he played in them games.
Well, I guess he
You
was.
know, that's all. That's everything I keep on thinking right now.
Well, keep on thinking. You got a whole year to keep on thinking, Coach Green.
Keep on thinking.
All right.
Keep on thinking.
Keep on trucking, baby. What is it? Keep on trucking. 5263 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Hello.
Hello, you're live.
Hi, I have a question for you, and I don't know if it's stupid or not, but do you think it's possible for Jackson State to become like a feeder team for Colorado if they maintain a relationship with Deion Sanders? I was watching that show, Last Chance U, and how EMCC gets those boys that don't have good grades, personality issues, and they really reform them in a way. Do you think that's possible for Jackson State to do that and then possibly send them to Colorado when they get good enough? I'd rather ride the bench with Coach Prime, honestly, than ride the bench at some other Power 5 school that I'm not, you know what I mean, or be stuck in the transfer portal.
What's your
personally.
name? What's your name?
My name is Bianca.
Bianca? Okay, Miss Bianca, let me ask you a question. Why would an HBCU want to intentionally give up their best kids to a PWI? Because when you say become a feeder system, right? You're pretty much saying, hey, keep taking our best kids and send them to PWIs. Why would you want to be a feeder system to a PWI? That's just a question for me.
Well, because I feel like the people in Jackson State are not happy with the way that Deion left. And I kind of feel like maybe they feel like he has to. The comments keep saying, oh, the kids he left. If they can't transfer, if they feel like they're stuck in Jackson, are they really going to go to the NFL? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like maybe there could be some sort of symbiotic relationship there. More than just getting money, more than just giving resources. Maybe a kid who's not good right now, who don't have his grades up, maybe he could, show like, oh, okay, I'm capable of playing at a higher level. Because what chances these kids really have? Because I've been watching Swac football for a very long time. And before Coach Prime came, it might be one or two. But now they have this national spotlight. So the eyes are still going to be on them because people are going to say, okay, what are they really made of now that Deion Sanders is gone? And I feel like the same way with that dude over at EMCC, got the little Netflix show, them black boys, you know what I'm saying? All that Netflix money, all this and that. A lot of them boys don't even go on and you've heard of them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like maybe it could be something. I feel like there's something there. So not necessarily giving them to a PWI because I really don't care. You know what I mean? If I'm sitting there at Jackson State and I feel like, oh man, the one person I came for is leaving, maybe I can't go with him this year. You know what I'm saying? I just like it to probably give somebody some hope because I feel like this man should not be the end all. It shouldn't be like oh, I didn't make it. So, he left, my whole career is over, this and that. I feel like it should be so much more than that because every Power 5 team is made of young black men.
Okay.
You very rarely see an all-white football team. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like, and not necessarily long-term, but bridge the gap. Hell, I don't know. I'm just trying to give some people, a different way of thinking about things. Maybe that's why I said I don't know if it's a stupid question or not. I don't play football.
I'm gonna hit you with the Deion. There's no stupid question. I'm gonna hit you with the Deion. There's no stupid question. I think that a lot of HBCU alums would take it as disrespectful for what you're just saying because literally, you're okay. PWIs are already stealing the black kids, right? Because of the facilities. Then you're going to become a feeder system to that. Like you're literally breeding. You're gonna bring in the talent. You're gonna develop them. You're gonna give them. You're gonna make them great, and then you're gonna give them over to the PWI system to let their school be better than yours. I couldn't understand.
Isn't that what but isn't that what happens when kids at the transfer portal anyway? You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
not no.
I don't.
No.
That's something I don't.
Let me explain to you.
I
Okay,
don't
so
understand.
I'm explaining to you. So EMCC is a JUCO. JUCO schools are a 2-year program where kids go get their grades up, they come out with their associate's degree, and then they'll go to a 4-year school. So JUCOs are naturally feeder systems, right? Because you only can be there for 2 years. And that's why you see the Last Chance U kids and whatever, and they graduate and they go on to a Power 5 or PWI or whatever. They are natural feeders to HBCUs, to PWIs, to whomever. what you rarely ever see is a 4-year institution being another 4-year institution's feeder system. And what you would damn well never see is an HBCU being complicit in being
Deliberate.
a feeder system. That it, man, I swear to God, Harriet Tubman will come back and shoot everybody. Okay, like she not even happening.
Okay.
So I see. Let me say this. I see what you're saying.
Well, because like I said, but I only said this because I have seen a lot of Caucasian players leaving Power 5s to come to HBCUs. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought it was something that could be done. I'm not going to disrespect HBCUs. I didn't go to an HBCU. You know what I'm saying? I got my bread a different way. I joined the military. You know what I'm saying? And so
I did too.
I'm just saying, I just don't know. But I feel like why does it have to be like, oh, because Deion left, these kids Jackson State don't have a chance to do anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like why, not to say the HBCUs are less than, but I just feel like where can we come together to where there's not like a, you know what I'm saying? Because I really thought that Deion Sanders was going to I thought he was going to make it a Power 6. I thought that he literally was going to convince the Swac to be competitive and we can have our own thing. You know, I've been watching Swac football for a long time, like I said. I just didn't know because I watched the press conference. Carver told me, oh, you know, we want to make a relationship with Jackson State. You know, we're going to be pouring into Jackson State. So I thought in my mind, okay, they must be trying to get some sort of system going on because it just didn't make sense. Like if you're done with Jackson State, be done with Jackson State. Why is it this Colorado Jackson State mashup? Not to say that all PWIs and HBCUs have to do that, but I'm just trying to figure out what is the mindset there.
All right, you gotta keep listening.
What I'm saying?
Hopefully, I appreciate the call. You probably have to keep listening to kind of get the understanding. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I feel like we should just pray for our ancestors. like Sojourner Truth, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman, I mean, Nat Turner. Like, if anybody who fought for our independence, we need to be asking for their forgiveness for even having that conversation. I am so serious right now because she literally just said the HBCU should be a feeder system to a PWI. My Lord, my God. Listen, man.
She need to go to the ancestral plane. And the person she see is Malcolm X.
By any means necessary, we will not be doing that.
Look, or the person she see is Harriet Tubman with her gun.
What you were saying? What
was you talking about?
Oh
my God.
Oh man.
She was innocent. She was very nice, but no, ma'am. The answer is no.
Yeah, I gotta. Hey, Lauren, coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
What's going on, Scotty?
What's good?
What's going on, Scott?
What's goody?
I don't know what the hell you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, man. I don't know what I just heard, but that didn't make any sense at all. Why in the hell would, as an FCS program, why would you just feed your best players to the FBS level? Don't make any sense. That means in terms of competitiveness, you're decreasing your talent.
Absolutely.
So no school would ever do this. See, the people have, if you've never been in sports, you have to know this. Listen, large majority of FCS players, they don't have a shot at the pros unless you just that absolute dog. Did you get the memo when Deion told the team, don't just hop in the portal and think you're coming with me, because you're not.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if you that dog, and I'll let you know where you need to be. Even if you get to the FBS level, a lot of them don't go either. So we all have to realize it like this. Why would, if Jackson State still continues to get talent, why would you just essentially feed them to the white people? That don't make sense. And then you'll still be complaining.
Man.
So, yeah, that didn't make any sense. Why would you essentially do something where you're going to be back at that same boat complaining, why aren't we good? So
facts.
No, that didn't make any sense. No competent program is just going to give away their best talent. That don't make any sense. So people, really do your research on sports, watch it, get involved in it if you have to, and learn. That right there is a disaster waiting to happen. Yeah. So the only thing here from now, from here on up, Jackson State is just going to have to do a better job of developing their talent and keeping them. Don't let them go. That's all that's going to happen. Get in better coaches. Get in better strength and conditioning coach, trainers that's going to be, able to develop these kids that may not be highly touted coming out of school. Because let's be real, a lot of FCS players, they're not highly touted coming out of school. Look at North Dakota State's roster. They don't have a roster full of 4- and 5-star players, but they develop them.
Absolutely.
So follow the model in which you can enrich your talent that's going to build a program. Look at Villanova's basketball. That's not a one-and-done program. That's a 4-year system.
Thank you. Thank you for repeating yourself constantly. Thank you. Miak Mike, coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Hey, what's going on, Scott?
What's goody?
Hey, what's going on, Scotty and Kofi? Hey, what I think what Coach Prime did ultimately was a disservice to all HBCUs. What he proved subconsciously is that HBCUs are inferior. HBCUs are something you run from and not stay at. The optics look totally bad on TV, man. This guy looked like Steven from Django, smiling from ear to ear. One of the little kids that got adopted by Mr. Drummond. The guy's smiling from ear to ear like the nigga never seen any type of opulence before, man. So I think what he did to HBCU was wrong. I think how he looked was coonish. And I'm not a Jackson State fan, but to me, Coach Prime, man, I can't deal with that ninja, man. Have a great day. God bless.
Hey, appreciate it. Hey, yeah. No, he hit it with the Django. Not the Django. Not the Django. That's a tough one.
Well.
Hey, let me see where I'm going. Let me see.
It was a different strokes reference for me, though.
Yeah.
And Deion was cheesing a little bit much in the darn press conference. I was like, bro, you're doing a bit much. You're doing way too much.
Coming to you next. Go ahead. Hey, Lawson, you live.
Hey, listen, I'm glad I came right behind Miak Mike because I'm going to start off with this whole trip watching Deion. I'm grateful for the spotlight that he put on HBCUs, but as an A&T fan, I just have to say we disrespect and devalue our own product. A&T has won 4 of the 5 Celebration Bowls, and just listen. You have to fight to say something was happening before Prime got here. Coach Broadway took a program that had 3 years of just getting boat raced in the MEAC and left something behind that the next guy came in right behind is still running it. And so my message is the MEAC will carry the flag for the culture in the Celebration Bowl. If you think Corey Fields was a problem, and your trophy case is short in Jackson, because Corey Fields dealt with you for a half, you better be ready for 4 quarters of Coach Oliver and them Eagles in Durham, because they ain't playing no kind of games, and they got all the motivation they needed. I couldn't agree with Miak Mike more. Watching Deion, I just contrast when he got to Jackson State, how the kids leaned in. I watched those kids at Colorado who are used to a life of entitlement. He got different challenges sitting in that room. He told kids about taking hats off in the meeting. They still in there with the hats on. Now, that told me everything that I needed to know. Today, I just happened to be on LinkedIn for work. I saw some executive somewhere commenting on the CU hire Total disgrace.
Get to the point, Lawson. Before you get hung up on.
My point. Wait, hold on. You gonna give Bianca 30 minutes of that? I'm gonna take my. You can hang up on me if you want to, Scotty. But my point is simply this:
it was a woman,
like,
one, and two, she didn't understand what she was saying. You are a grown ass man watching football.
I've called in multiple times, so just chill and let me finish. My point was simply this: Deion has new challenges when he goes to Colorado. Everything that he's picking up in facilities, he's getting the next level game of chess. If he think dealing with the president of Jackson State was something, he got next level coming at him there. I'm going to move down and just ask, when you look at the attendance, you were there, and I'm not trying to be funny, Scotty, but it didn't show like 60,000 in that stadium.
No, it didn't.
And, right, so I'm saying, well, this is the issue of, well, wait, y'all had Deion. How is the damn stadium not sold out? Like, I personally think the livest Swac championship was that Alcorn Southern matchup 2019. The game I saw Saturday didn't hold a candle to the vibe and what was going on at Alcorn. So we gonna be just fine if we just continue to appreciate, invest, and before we start running the meetings about what needs to happen, getting better coaches and all that, let us stop pretending like this is free. Checks have to be written and go to the meeting. It's not either or, it's and. And that's when the Swac is gonna move. That's when HBC.
Thank you. All right, let's see where we're going. Let's see where I'm going. I see a 301 number. Let me see. Let me go back to this. First of all, Cash Harris, pay me my money. Okay, I'll put my Cash App. You owe me $500. Pay me my money. And shout out to Hezekiah Williams. Listen, when I saw the press conference, I was like, Jack State's press conference was 10 times better. They had the Cadillac. They had the band out there. It was a spectacle in COVID. This was during COVID. It was a whole spectacle. Like,
you can't get us in production now. You're not gonna get us in production and entertainment and artistic value. You're not gonna get our people on that.
It was a whole thing. It was a whole setup. Absolutely loved it. I mean, yeah, JSU presentation was way better. I mean, they had the boom in that Jake. It was a whole celebration. Hey, Colorado was like Deion Sanders. That Jake, night and day. Definitely night and day. 1675. Hey, before you answer, are you from the DMV?
Yes.
All right, let's get it. You DMV, you're good with me. Let's go. Come on.
And a Cowboy fan. Go Cowboys.
Come on, go Cowboys.
All right, I just got two quick questions. First question is, what do you think he's how he's going to take the game? How is he going to take coming back for that bowl game? Are they going to let him back? And my second question is, it's been so many other channels that I'm not going to mention talking bad about Deion and what went on at Jackson State and all of this other kind of stuff. If it goes bad, do you think he can come back to HBCU? That was my two questions.
Hey, appreciate it. DMV, you're always good with me, my boy. Any a Cowboys fan, that's love. Hey, absolutely. Listen, Jackson State will open him with the biggest arms in the world. That's one. Now, this is two. Key brought this up at the dinner table last night. She said, imagine Deion at FAMU. I said, oh my mind almost blew up at the table. The only thing, though, is President Robinson, I can't trust him. But I said, Deion at FAM? That would be great. If he came back and he went to FAM, just say if he came back.
That's just like Nick Saban went to the Dolphins and left LSU after the championship, went to the Dolphins, and then he came back to Alabama, and the rest is history.
Yeah. So, I mean, that would be epic. If he left, came back, and went back to FAM, epic. But you know, y'all do that Nike stuff. So that LeBron, Nike, that's a little weird. But other than that, I thought she said that, I was like, shh, my mom almost blew up. Because Key, she real anime, so she be like, Deion going back to Fort Myers, showing everybody where he lived at, where he told his mama at 7 years old that she would never have to work again. She had me dying. She had me absolutely rolling, just going through the whole motion. Yeah, this is where I told my mama right here at 7 that she would never have to work again in her life. And I was like, girl, you crazy. But I was like, that's a damn good point though. Let me see. 9315 coming to you. Hey, caller, we live.
Scotty, what's up, man? What's up, Scotty? This Black.
What's up, Black? Talk to me.
Look, man, what's up, Kobe? What's up, Kobe? Look, man, it's like a love-hate thing, Scotty, because, I'm from Jackson, but I stay in Dallas. I stayed in Jackson all my life. But anybody that's from Jackson, Scotty, will tell you, man, that anybody that has ever stayed in leadership for a long period of time in Jackson has died in leadership.
Wow.
When you look at the former mayor, Chuck Wayler Moonbug, the daddy, he died in office. Frank Milton died in office. Jackson is a city that will stress you the hell out. Because we demand a lot. Like,
really?
Demanding city. Jackson is a demanding city, Scotty.
Can I ask a question?
Talk to me, Coach.
All right, so y'all can't be that demanding because them potholes have been there for a long time. Y'all can't be that demanding for the water to be that screwed up for that long. Not being funny, I'm being straight up.
Has it been fixed?
Come on, bro. It ain't been fixed.
Potholes. Like anybody that's been in powerful leadership in Jackson, man, they have died in that position, man.
That's sad.
Jackson will stress you the hell out.
That's sad.
I agree.
Man, it will stress you out because, man, we demand so much, but sometimes we give so little back. Now, do I agree with the way Deion handled certain things? Do I think that some of it was hypocrisy? True. But he did a lot, but we demanded a lot from him. We want him to be a football coach and everything else. So you can't be mad at him for leaving. I don't like the way he handled things down to the championship game. I think that he owed it to them kids to stay there and let them celebrate with fans and family because they put in just as much as work to get there. But, you have to look at both sides before you be like, man, FD.
Hey, Black.
That's my goal, Scotty.
Hey, appreciate the call, Black. Hey, listen, Kofi, if you got to go, let me know. I'm gonna keep this rolling. If you got to leave, I'm going to just keep it rolling. Cause
we good for right now.
Okay, cool. Because man, because these call outs keep coming. Let me see where I'm going. If you're a member of the channel, please put your last 4 in the comments so you can skip the line and get your calls answered. All right. So that's if you're a member. Oh, got you, Sean. Hey, that was perfect timing, man. Perfect timing. What's up?
Yeah, peace. Hey, real quick, I just wanted to say that I hope that everybody that bet you paid you your money in the next 48 hours.
Come on, Sean.
And anyone else, and because Paris told me somebody in the chat want to bet me, and he said he want to bet me $2,000. I just said, show me your $2,000 because I got my money. Show me your $2,000. You can DM it to Paris. You can hit me up. My name is on Facebook, the same name you see in the chat. And we got a bet. It's a head-up bet, $2,000. The only thing that I ask you to honor is that if you lose, you already know that I'm gonna dedicate my money, my 25% to Scotty. If you win, you make sure Scotty get his 25%. That's it.
Man, I appreciate you, Sean, man. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, bro.
That's all I want. Anybody else want to take a bet? I'm in it. Hey, listen, we can run it up. I'm feeling good.
All right, appreciate it, Sean. Gotta give something to the house. You gotta break something off for the house. You know what I'm saying? You got the little toy. You know, we out here making wages. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give something to the house. Shout out, a little love offering ain't never hurt nobody. All right, you know what I'm saying? Let me see where we going next. If you are not a member and you want to be on the phone call, You can super chat $20 and put your last four. If you've been waiting for a long time, I apologize, but you can super chat. Put your last four in the super chat $20, and you can skip the line as well. All right. If you're not a member. I'm going. Let me see where I'm going. I'm going with Atlanta, Georgia. 7301. 7301 coming to you. Hey, call you live.
Hey, Scott, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm blessed. I'm originally from Jackson, Mississippi, but I live in the ATL. The problem that Jackson State had is power. That doggone president, his ass need to go. He had a power trip dealing with Deion Sanders, with the young lady wanted to have the college day there. He effed it up. The college board put his ass in charge. The alumni didn't even want that president there. If he would have did what he's supposed to do, we could have locked that money.
That's real.
But thank you, man. I appreciate it. The only thing I was mad about was the way he left. I'm a Deion Sanders fan. Other than that, I wish him the best out in Colorado. We're going to be all right. T.C. Taylor should get the job. Class of 1984, Jackson State, baby.
Thank you so much, sir, for the call. Man, listen. You know one thing, Kofi, what I've learned about Jackson State fans? What's the saying? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Listen, those Jackson State fans is like, I'm going to call in the Scotty show because I know Scotty don't like Deion. So an enemy of my enemy is my friend. Boy, y'all phony.
Listen.
Boy, y'all phony. Absolutely phony.
Why are so many people so hot on TC Taylor?
I have no idea. I
don't know anything what has he done?
Well, he did. I think he was part of that. I don't know if it was North Carolina A&T or North Carolina Central University. He was a part of one of the times that they went to the championship. He was an offensive coordinator.
For Jerry Mack?
I believe for one of those teams, yeah, I do believe he was for one of the North Carolina. I think it was NCCU. He was the offensive coordinator when it went to the Celebration Bowl.
Okay.
I mean, I really do think, like, watching his games and scouting what he does, if he gets the right quarterback, thank you, Owen Lawson. He said it's NCCU. Thank you so much. If he gets the right quarterback, he's deadly. Like, you know what I'm saying? If he gets the right guy, mobile, you got to be mobile because TC gonna run a RPO style offense. Got to be mobile. That's why him and Shedeur didn't blend very well because that's not Shedeur's style. But you know, he was successful at NCCU. So, and listen, man. Hey, Bianca call back. Bianca's on the call lines, y'all. I ain't gonna do it. I will. You gotta hold on, Bianca. I'll get to you last, probably. 9625. Hey, caller, you live.
What's going on, Scott?
What's good? What's your name? Where you calling from?
The Dread calling out of Miles Point, Mississippi. I just got a question, bro.
Talk to me.
Do you think the move Deion just made hurt Eddie George and recruiting at Tennessee State?
No.
Nah.
You don't think?
Nah, I think Eddie George is still Eddie George. What Eddie George need to be worried about is actually winning games. Like, because he's getting talent. That's what's really bad. He's getting talent. He's just not winning games with the talent that he has. So he needs to be worried about winning games.
I'm saying you don't think that, like, if a 3, 4, or 5 star thinking about going there, they think he's gonna make the same move Deion just made?
Nah, nobody's gonna take Eddie George. He ain't been winning.
Yeah, that's all I got, bro.
Hey, no problem, man. Thank you so much for the call, bro.
No doubt.
Hey, not everybody can make that move. Eddie George ain't won nothing.
And ain't nobody come to their games.
Yeah, he lost the. Did he lose the lane?
Next.
The Bama lost the lane. Come on, man. Let's not do this. Let me go. 6455 coming to you. 6455 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Hello?
Yes, you're live.
Hey, Scotty, I just wanted to say that I appreciate you letting me have a little church service because I missed church Sunday with that young lady that called earlier.
Yes,
She was
ma'am.
off the chain good.
No problem.
I appreciate that. I was going to ask you, had you got all of your money from your bets, but I saw somebody call in and talk about it, and it appears you haven't.
I have.
But lastly, I was just completely off the subject because asked about Perry. Have you talked to Perry? Is he feeling better? I know he's still a little sick because Southern lost, but is he feeling better physically because he really was not feeling well on the last show? I was hoping to see him on here tonight. That's all I got tonight.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I think he was when I saw him. He didn't look sick when I saw him. So, but he was sick at the game. Oh, I know he was sick at the game.
He got Dooleyarditis.
That boy was sick.
Dooleyarditis.
I am. Let me go over my people who owe me money. It's a man's name. His name is Shana. It's spelled Shanea. If you know him, tell him I'm looking for him. He owed me $500. Cash Harris owes me $500. Shout out to everybody else. DJ Soldier owes me $100. Okay, I am missing 11 hundo. Okay, I got Christmas. I gotta pay my bookies. I gotta pay the people who gave me credit. All right, so them Bamas owe me 11 hundo. Run me my money. Run me my money. All right, because I know if I would have lost, they would have been all up in this chat talking about Scotty pay up. So I want my money. 5456 coming to you. Hey, call you live.
Hello, Scotty.
Yeah, what's goody?
Hey, the first thing I want to mention is Andrew Body should come to JSU. What do you think about that?
I think that's a no. It's a hell no.
Well, at least I tried. But hey, man, I would love that. But I mean, it is what it is. But the reason for my call, I live in Texas, and I'm a fan of the Houston Texans, but I'm also a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. Right now, when it comes to college football, I really wasn't a fan of anybody until Deion Sanders went ahead and took the JSU job. I had no idea about HBCUs, but then I started educating myself, and I fell in love with everything. So everything was honky dory until he left. Now that he's in Colorado, I'm also a Colorado fan, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not a JSU fan, because they don't play in the same conference. One's FBS, one's FCS. But at the same time, Deion Sanders, even though a lot of people are bashing him, he did bring a lot of eyes, a lot of new faces, a lot of new people to HBCU, and you know, I really hate the fact that they're bashing him so much, because it's like, you know, it kind of turns off the new people that are joining the movement, that want to see HBCU elevate to greatness, and that can definitely happen. Now, what do you think about that?
Appreciate the call, Rob. I think it's like this. One, if you came for Deion and you're leaving with Deion, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. It's no different than me with LeBron, right? When he went to Miami, I wasn't a fan. When he came back to Cleveland, I was a fan. All right. There's nothing wrong. Now he's in LA. I'm a LA fan because LeBron. There's nothing wrong with that. I just think that you can't say the movement is stopped because Deion left. That's what really bothers me, because when you listen, he tells me all the time, watch what you say, right? Watch what's the Kofi? Life and death is in the power of the tongue, right?
Correct.
Watch what you're saying about this movement. Watch what you're saying about what Jackson State will or will not be. You know, I do it all in fun, okay? I do it all in fun because I want to see them Bamas lose just so I can see how salty them Bamas is when I get on their ass. But at the end of the day, I still want our people to be great. I still want our stuff to be dope, right? So just watch what you say when it comes to this won't happen, this won't because Deion. No, right? SWAC football has been around for a long time, and it will continue to be around. And I love what Coach D said. There is a Joshua coming. There is a Joshua coming. All right. If it wasn't Deion, that's cool. Right. Everybody, what's it? Everybody, you can't go everywhere with everybody. All right. Maybe his 2 years was to shine the light so somebody can say, oh, I really like that. I'm going to stay there. So just be cognizant of what you're saying and what's going on. All right. You got anything, Kofi, before I go to another caller?
No, bro. I mean, Joshua is coming. I think that's the word for this evening. It's just going to be, and that's Ashley Robinson's job to find Joshua. You know, who is the person that can take us across the Jordan? Who's the person that can literally take us into the promised land? At this point, Deion hasn't gone there yet.
Yeah.
He's got them on the brink. They could see it. They could smell it. They could see all the stuff, but they haven't made it yet. So
Absolutely. Once again, if you want to skip the line, super chat $20 so you can skip the line and get your calls answered. All right. Kofi, whenever you're ready to go, just let me know and I'll just keep this thing rolling. 7909 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Scotty, what's up, man? This is Dave. How you been, man?
What's up, Dave? Talk to me.
How you doing? What's up, Kofi?
Hey, my brother.
Yeah, man. I couldn't watch the show today because I have my own thing going on, but my quick thoughts on the whole situation with Deion going to Colorado. I think a lot of folks aren't mad at him going, so to speak. I think more folks are just mad about the execution of it all for me. That's just how I feel about it, right? I think it was just about the optics of how he executed the exit. Because I think he could have done it better. Him jetting out of there, not talking to the media, not answer, like he's willing to answer the questions when it's comfortable for him, but not willing to answer the questions when it comes down to when the heat's on him. You know, but now granted, the news broke, it leaked, so it kind of put him in an uncomfortable situation.
Absolutely.
But that being said, though, I think we have to, I think he did a lot for Jackson State. I think he did a lot for that. I think he did some for the SWAC, but I question if he did a lot for HBCUs as a whole. I don't know if he did a lot for Division II. I don't know if he did a lot for the teams in the MEAC. I don't know if he did a lot for the A&Ts, the Hamptons, and Tennessee States.
Yeah.
You follow me? So so when I hear he did a lot for HBCUs, it's kind of like, there's 106 of us. I mean, he might have he definitely impacted one, but it was the way he handled the exit and the way he handled the entrance to Colorado. You know what I'm saying? And I think that rubbed people the wrong way too. You know, some of the comments he made when he was at Colorado, the shade that I caught that maybe some people did not catch. So.
Absolutely. But hey, man, appreciate the call though, D. All righty. Let's see what we got. Let's see where we're going next. I'm gonna go 9905. 9905 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You live.
Okay, this is D-Rob from Jake Time.
What's up, D?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I broke that Barcelona news back to you late summer, early fall or whatever. But about that TC situation, man, I think he should be at least considered for the head coach's job, man, because he's been there. He deserves that. And I think he can kind of at least keep a lot of the systems in place, you know what I'm saying, as far as continuity with the team and chemistry and stuff. And him and Coach Oden kind of go ahead and get started on that recruiting. Because Deion kind of fucked him in the recruit side because he's recruiting for Colorado and not really be, able to recruit for Jackson State. So they really kind of put him behind the 8 ball right there. And like I say, like all the callers have been saying before, the fashion in which Deion did that was kind of dirty. And then for him to go to Colorado and make that press conference and kind of, shit on Jackson State a little bit, that wasn't cool. But you know, I'm sure he had his reasons for losing. You know, percentage after that 30,000 and attendance from the ticket sales and stuff. You know, so I just hope Jackson State continue to learn from his leaving and just continue to succeed, man.
I feel you. Hey man, appreciate the call. Guys, listen, man. Y'all gotta realize this. If you think you are keeping any recruit that was of some substance, once Deion hit the portal, y'all's out your cotton picking mind. You got your cotton picking mind. The Bamas are there for Deion. It's just that simple. They're there for the presence and aura of Deion. That's it. That is just, it is what it is. So you better get used to just trying to find what you can and get what you can. All right. It's just the nature of the beast. And everybody Deion was recruiting to Jackson. Now he recruiting them at Colorado. That's it. That's just how the cookie crumbles. 2077 coming to you.
Hey, Scotty, I hope you got my super chat, man. I want to support you in every way that I can.
Yes,
it should
ma'am.
be coming to you really soon if it's not already there.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay, listen, I wanted to talk a little bit about the glory days of Colorado. Now, I was just talking to one of my colleagues from the TV station, and he was saying how, they had a white coach, and in the 90s, he went out and recruited a lot of the inner city boys and brought them to Colorado, which would, bring about culture shock. And they were winning on the field, but then they began to get in a bunch of trouble when they were not playing football, but they were winning. And so my thing is, I wonder if Deion is ready for this culture shock that is about to bring to the majority of the students, because in my mind now, I could be wrong. I believe that he is about to recruit a lot of black boys, a certain percentage of them anyway. And I just wonder if he's going to be able to cultivate a culture that will cause them to feel comfortable enough to stay, because we know that at Jackson State, we know what the culture is. We know when we get loud and be like, hey, what up? Or play some loud music, we know what that means because we understand each other, right?
Yeah.
But when you go to somewhere like Colorado, they like our music. And I think what Deion is trying to do is set the precedence now, because when he walked in on Tupac's song, All Eyes on Me. And I'm going to hang up in just a second. And there's a TikTok out there where this comedian he's Deion, he's acting like he's Deion, and he's meeting with the band. And, he's like, give me my theme music. And they're playing something that is not a part of the culture as we know it, right? And so he's like trying to walk them through, no, you're not going to play that. So my thing is, Scotty, and I'm going to hang up, and again, I support you, brother, and I'm not just saying it, but I put my money behind you as well. I'm so proud of you, brother.
Thank you so
and
much.
Your future wife. I'm proud of y'all.
Thank you.
But do you think that he's going to be able to cultivate a culture that will not repeat itself? Because whenever you're bringing babies from Black Mississippi and all Chicago and Dallas and inner city areas, not saying that's where all of them are going to come from, but in the past, that's where they have come from. And they won. They were winning, but our babies ended up in jail. I think he said like 10 of them got in trouble. So that's my question. Do you think Deion is going to set the tone, or at least try to work with across the board with other programs to make sure that the culture is actually cultivated effectively for the Black students he's going to bring? Y'all have a good night.
Thank you. It's there. Okay. What I've realized about when you go to a PWI, because I have gone to a PWI, what ends up happening is you try to find a pocket, right? Like you try to find a pocket or a piece of your culture it's like you're trying to be an island in the middle of the ocean, right? The ocean is white people. right? And you just try to find your little oasis within that ocean. And I think with the football team, that's what you tried to build with each other. You try to have the football team as an oasis of brotherhood, i.e., remember the Titans, right? How they were their own oasis through the chaos around that was going. They looked at each other as brothers in a fight against everything around them, trying to stick together. So the key thing when you're playing football is you try to make that cohesion of this is your brother, no matter what he looks like, no matter where he came from. The common denominator is we're all going to battle for each other against a common opponent. So if you can build that oasis within that, you should be good to go. What you got, Kof?
No, man. Deion is a culture builder. He knows how to do that probably better than a whole lot of people. So him building the culture, he began by setting the tone. And he's a dynamic leader. Kids respond to him. The room will respond to Deion. He's kind of like the Pied Piper. So he says stuff and people just start believing. I was interested listening to the press conference and listen to the white people go, woo, that was great. But
ain't no different than all the black people in Jackson. Woo, God called him. Woo,
no,
God.
no
different.
It's just different. It's the same expression, just different expression. So it's, again, he has no problem building culture. People are going to believe Deion. People love Deion. That's why they hired him. So him building the culture, I'm expecting Colorado to be pretty good within a year and a half or two.
All right, I'm gonna play the clip that she's referring to about it's from Akeem Curtis. It's actually pretty funny. Here it is.
To see what y'all gonna do to motivate the football team so we can win together. Do you hear what I'm saying? We can win together. Band of Red, it's your show. Go ahead and do your thing. Go ahead and do your thing. Horns at the ready. Hand up. Lightful, spring and bounce. 1, 2. You know what to do. Woo! 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 Hell no! Hell no! How we supposed to win like that? You ever heard of J5, Jackson State, Sonic Boom, what's up? You ain't never heard of them? Bring that TV up in here. Need live. You know what I'm saying? Need live. Precision. If you can't do that, get the hell up out this band right here. We're about to put the CU and HBCU. This HBCU around her now. You know what I'm saying? Get ready. Because here we come, baby. Here we come, baby. How much it gonna take to get you up out of here? I just came here to hear a selection or two to see what y'all gonna do to motivate the football team so we can win together. Do you hear what I'm saying? We can win together. Band of
Dog, I probably watched that Jake like 10 times. I didn't gonna hold you.
He is funny, man.
Yeah, he is funny. Go in God. No, go in grace. That's what he says. Go in grace.
Look, man. So I appreciate you, man. This is absolutely amazing. I gotta go, but yeah, this is good stuff.
All right, man.
People get their rocks off. Love you, man.
All right, priest. All right, we keeping it rolling and ain't stopping till the party's over. Let's go. Let me see. I'm gonna go 97-39 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Yeah, hey Scotty.
What's good? What's your name? Where you come from?
This is Chris calling from Philadelphia.
What's up, man?
Yeah, I just want to get my little input on Deion Sanders leaving the crowd, Colorado. My thing is like, to me, like, the same type of swag and the same type of attitude and the same type of mindset. Like, he went with Jackson State. To me, he gotta clean that up and change that, because these Power 5 schools, these white schools, all they care about is winning. They don't care about Instagram. They don't care about likes. They don't care about bringing rappers on their sidelines, in their locker room. They don't care about none of that. All they care about is winning. It's production. Once they don't see the production, you're gonna start hearing all different type of stories on ESPN, on FS1, or everything. To me, is like, because like the first mistake that he made when he was talking to the team, right, is that he was comparing what the players they have, the players like the facility, the home stadium, what they have and what Jackson State had, and he was like, if y'all shouldn't be complaining, because if they had that, trust me, it'll be like you can't do those kind of stuff. Like they don't care about Jackson State. They just care about you, what you gonna do with them. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is like, for me, it's almost like he kind of rushed the decision. It's almost like it seemed like either he had a problem with somebody at Jackson State, whether it was him and Ashley Robinson, maybe the communication wasn't there no more. But like the way he left, to me, it seemed like he was rushing to get out of there. Maybe it's because of the money. I don't know. That's my take on it.
Oh, thank you. Great take. Thank you. Oh God. I don't know if it's just because it's late or y'all been smoking stuff. 3503 coming to you. Hey, call you live.
What's up? What's up, Scotty? It's Eric from Jersey.
What's goody, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, so to that last caller, I had a whole bunch of stuff to say, but to that last caller, I disagree vehemently. I went to Rutgers University. I've said it before, PWI, all that other stuff. 2006, we beat Louisville in the whatever game that was. We had the whole New York Giants on the sidelines. They lit up the Empire State Building red. We did the daggone thing. But don't tell me that all that stuff that Deion brings with him doesn't matter in Colorado. You know what I mean? And one thing I'll say about Jackson State is the only thing y'all should be so surprised by is the fact that Florida State got better during his time at Jackson State. Because if y'all didn't think that Florida State wasn't going to come in with a lucrative offer if that coach failed, y'all silly.
Boy,
like, that's just. And he would have got paid more than Colorado would have put out to him. I promise you that. I wish Mr. Kofi was still on because I was kind of curious why he didn't think Kevin Sumlin was a good choice. Just because he's built a program before. I understand maybe the different dynamics between maybe Texas and Mississippi, but yeah, that's that. And then to that one caller who called in, the lady with the feeder system, I just had to say, what if you was dating a guy, he left you for a white girl, right? And then would you say to him, well, can we just be friends? Like, no, you wouldn't. you would be like, nah, I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. What if you were dating a black guy, he was super pro-black, and then left you for a white girl, and then said, would you really be like, yo, I want to be friends with benefits with you still? Nah, you wouldn't. You'd be like, hell no, look at all that stuff you talking about. So the feeder system, all that stuff, you can miss me with that. And that's all I really got to say. I got more to say, but I know it's other callers and all that other stuff.
Hey, appreciate the call, my boy.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate the call. I don't see you 0909. I don't see you, but I'm gonna go to Miss Bianca. I'm gonna let you respond, Bianca. He called you out.
Hi. I just wanted to apologize. I did not mean to be offensive to HBCUs or football. I am biracial. I watched Swac football with my black grandfather. I'm very young, and he never explained to me the issues. And so from my perspective, probably because I'm mixed, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to be disrespectful. He never explained, that to give up your best players to a PWI is, insulting. Okay. I'm only 19, but I'm going to educate myself. I just didn't want you to think I'm on your show, me trying to be funny. I'm not trolling. I really just wanted to understand. That's why I said, is this a stupid question? Because I genuinely didn't know. And I don't have anybody, who am I going to ask? You know what I mean? So I'm watching to be informed because I really care. You know what I'm saying? I really want to care. My grandfather cared so much. You know what I'm saying? And he was a Southern fan. And I know that he would be proud to see where Jackson State has come. You know what I mean? So I just want to care because he cared. It's like a legacy thing for me. And I'm really trying to be informed. I don't mean to disrespect anybody. I promise that's not what I'm trying to do.
Hey, Bianca,
listen, you know what I mean?
Listen, it's okay. Listen, let me tell you. Let me tell you a little bit about me, right? I didn't know none of it. I ain't know nothing about none of these jokers. All right, I ain't even gonna hold you. 2 years ago, I didn't even know what Southern was. Okay, it's okay. I've said some ignorant statements doing this on the channel that I have been corrected, that I have been schooled and understood. Listen, if you're what I've learned about HBCU community, regardless of the people who want to be gatekeepers, is the fact that you're interested. As long as you're interested and you're willing to learn, you're willing to understand, but you can still have your own opinions. Be very mindful. Don't let somebody from HBCU just tell you something and be like, just because they told you, you gather all the information that you can, and based on you seem like a very well-spoken lady, very intelligent. You come up with your own synopsis of what you've been hearing, but just keep your ears open, learn, ingratiate yourself in the culture, go to a couple games, you know what I'm saying, and really get the full experience. And then I don't know if your grandfather is still living or if he's passed away. If he has, I apologize. If he's still living, I'm so sorry to hear that. You know what I'm saying? But go to a Southern game and experience it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so you can have that experience with you and your, with a memory for you and your grandfather. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yeah, dang, granddad, like I went to a Southern game and I enjoyed myself. You know what I'm saying? So that when you ever have kids and you sit down and your kids might be biracial or not, you can really explain to them where your grandfather left off at. You can now explain to your kids why, because you've experienced it for yourself. You've gotten educated. You've watched my show enough times to get educated. All right. So listen, like I said, nothing's a dumb question. All right. That's why I made fun of the comment, but nobody's bashing you. Don't worry about the people in the chat. We all got our issues. All right. So the chat's ruthless. Don't worry about that, but you're good here. All right. It's a free space. It's a learning space. I had to learn. You can learn. It's all good. We all good. Ain't nobody tripping on. We just making fun. It's all jokes. All right. It's all jokes, but you good. You good in my book.
Okay. Thank you.
You good, B. You
Thank
good.
you. I mean, you don't know, but being biracial is not easy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to disrespect Black people. Just about the ancestors. Like, I'm really going to educate myself because, who am I going to ask? My white mama? You know what I'm saying? Like, to be perfectly, she don't know nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I wanted to call back in and say that I really, really, really genuinely from the bottom of my heart did not mean any disrespect. I wasn't trying to downplay HBCUs. I wasn't trying to take anything away from what these men have done, the hard work they put in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I really hope that when I get out of the Marines, I can go to an HBCU on my GI Bill. You know what I'm saying? I really want to keep that part of my culture going. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I just wanted to say that, and I'm sorry for taking up so much time.
No, you're good, B. We're good. Listen, people get the right time and stuff like that, but you good. Thank you for your service. Not everybody could be not everybody can be in the Army. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. But you keep doing your thing, and you do your thing for your service, and be a great Marine. All right. Appreciate the call, Bianca.
Thank you. God bless.
All right. God bless. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about right there. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, I kind of like little sistered her because, I went through my, this is the part where Key would come around the corner. She'd be like, yeah, shut up. But, I went through my process. You know what I'm saying? I had to bump my head a couple times. You know what I'm saying? And now I can like little big bro. I can like big bro, little sis Bianca her way into this thing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bianca for calling it. All right. 6870 coming to you.
Hey, what's up, Scotty?
What's up? Oh, I'm so sorry. 9020. I'm coming to you next. I promise. I'm sorry. Go ahead, caller. You live.
Oh, yeah. My name's Chuck. I'm from Jackson. And I just want to say this. I think a lot of callers on here are getting it wrong. Now, what Deion did for Jackson State was great. It's undeniable, right?
Yeah.
But Jackson State also did a good thing for Deion, giving him that coaching experience, right?
Okay.
So we all knew Deion wasn't going to stay. I mean, that was a given. But the way he left, I think, left a sour taste in everybody's mouth. How he rushed out the podium, didn't give the kids let them have a proper excitement, winning the championship, and then not fulfilling his whole contract, which in life, one thing you want to do is elevate. Everybody in the world want to elevate. So you can't, blame the man for not taking the money. You know what I'm saying? He saw a lick and he licked it. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, Jack State did a great job with going to get Ashley as an AD.
The 80s when they got Deion. We'll go get somebody else.
That's fair.
You can't blame Deion for leaving, man. Everybody want to elevate. But just chill out on all that hating stuff. But I think everybody got caught up in his message when he first came with. Everybody thought when he said he want to help the black college football and all this and that, they bought into it a little bit too much. It's going to stay there long term to really change the platform of black college football, which he tried, and it probably was hard. We don't know what went on behind them closed doors. It probably some stuff that he just got sick of. And that's all I got to say, buddy.
Hey, appreciate the call, bro. 9020, then Miss Glenn coming to you, all right? So 9020, then Miss Glenn coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
Hey, Scotty, this is Quincy from Dallas. How you doing, sir?
What's up, man? Talk to me.
Man, I love your show.
Thank you.
I think some of the Jackson State fans hasn't done any research on Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders coached at Trinity Christian private school, which was predominantly white, and he helped them go to 4 state championships. So he knows what it's like to go to a white institution of education and bring a good culture to a situation. He did that prior to going to Jackson State. So I really don't think it's going to be an issue, him going to Colorado and doing the same thing since he'll had experience before. Because Trinity Christian didn't win any championships prior to Deion going to that school.
Facts.
I think people need to understand that. And so if people are really fans of Deion Sanders, learn his history. He have always been a trendsetter. And, I played Division I football. I played at Northwestern University back in the 90s. My coach was Coach Gary Barnett. He left and went to Colorado. The administration didn't let him talk to us. I mean, after our last game of the season, he was gone. And our assistant coaches was the one that coached our bowl game. So it is normal in the coaching industry for the coaches to leave like this. Many coaches leave in the middle of the night. But I think people don't understand that. Maybe they didn't play ball. Maybe it didn't happen to them. And my son plays for HBCU. And I told my son before he made the decision to not go to a PWI, that he had 2 offers here in Texas.
Uh-huh.
And he chose a HBCU. I said, son, choose the school, not the coach. Because the coach can leave.
Oh, that's good.
But if you choose the school, you'll be good. And he chose Alabama A&M, and he's loving it. He's in the engineering program. And like I said, if the coaches leave, cool. He loves the culture. He loves the culture. And I'm so glad that he made the decision. So any parents on this phone that have kids playing high school football, you need to make sure that your kid picks the school and not the coaches, because this is common in football. In Division I, Division II, Division III, if your coach ain't winning, you're gone. So make sure your kid is not picking the coach, but picking the college. That's all I got, Scott.
Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate the call. And you're right. Fathers do matter. Absolutely. Let's get to the birthday girl. Miss Glenn, coming to you. What's up, birthday girl?
Buddy. Oh, nothing much. My wine done wore off a little bit, so I need a refill. But I just wanted to thank everybody, for giving me a shout out on my 40th birthday. I'm 40. I'm old. My daughter said, Mom, so does that mean when you go to McDonald's, you can get a senior Coke? I was like, no, ma'am. No, ma'am, I'm not that old. I'm not 55. I'm just 40. But I might do that, though, get a senior Coke anyway. But, yeah, I just want to thank everybody because about 3 years ago, I really didn't think that I was going to live to see 40 because I was in a really bad car accident and the Lord kept me. But anyway, I just want to say thank y'all for shouting me out on the birthday. And I can't talk about Deion, honey. I'm damn tired, okay? I'm tired of it. So, yeah, I'll let y'all have that. I'll just sit in the chat and laugh. But, yeah, I said, well, y'all have a good all night, but I'm going to get me a little bit more More wine.
Go get your wine. Congratulations. Drop your Cash App in the chat. See it. Let some people bless you, Miss Glenn. All right, bye. All right, let's get it. 1147 coming to you.
My guy, what is going on with it, Scotty?
Oh, what's goody, Manny? What's goody?
Hey, man, hey, listen, man, I've been sitting back. I'm listening to all this craziness, helping me with my workout, because y'all people just cry. Listen, let me help a lot of y'all out, man, because obviously y'all don't understand business. In business, you cannot get attached to something, because as soon as you get attached to something, it gets stripped from you. Now, a lot of you like to say this about the Bible, and this, he said this about God. Let me educate you on the Bible. God said, do not hold an idol above me. Ooh. That's what you guys made Deion.
Ooh.
Guys made Deion an idol. And now you're sitting here crying because he is now gone. Now, if I gave you a choice, Scotty, say you were working at McDonald's, and I don't wish that on you, and I say, hey, Scotty, you can stay working at McDonald's, but I got this job over here with this Fortune 500 company that'll help your family. Which one would you take, bro?
I'm gone, helping my family with the Fortune 500.
That's what I thought. But I see a lot of Jackson State fans. They love them some McDonald's. That 401k plan must be crazy at McDonald's. Listen, y'all, step off the cliff. It's not that serious, all right? He gave you the right. I'm hearing it all the way up here in Maryland, and this is ridiculous. Y'all ready to jump off the bridge, man, just because of Deion leaving y'all. Chill out, man. Chill out. It's okay, guys. Listen, I got a phone number for a counselor. They can help. You know what I'm saying? They can really help y'all. Seriously. But it is not that serious. Hey, Scotty, listen, bro, I already talked to my man at Morgan for you. We're going to try to get the schedule and set that up for next year.
Let's go.
But we're going to keep, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to work something out so we can get you on the sideline too, man.
Come on.
So we got that in the works, man. But if I had any advice for y'all, step off the cliff, man. It's not that serious. If y'all want to be mad, man, y'all need to hit up the president of the university. Why did you let this happen? Why didn't you fill your and for that brother that was talking about contracts, I'm gonna let you know something. A lot of them, majority of the people never go the full extent of their contract. You're either going to re-up or you're going to leave early. Whether it be football, whether it be business contracts, whether it be basketball, that's always going to happen. That's business. Before y'all get on this thing, learn business. But hey, you know what I'm saying? I love y'all Jackson State fans, man. Y'all always making me laugh.
All right, appreciate the call, man. As always, man.
All right, bro.
All right, let's get it. All right, I got 13 callers. We're going to try to knock these out real quick and easy, baby. 8163. Listen, when I come to you, have a point, have a comment, and let's move on. Hey, caller, you live.
What's going on, Scotty?
What's goody?
You the man with the plan?
You know, I try.
Hey, I just want to say that I've been watching you for a long time. I'm looking for one of them throwback shows again with that music, man. You were jamming. I was like, oh my God, he got plenty of talent and stuff to do. And I love all your stuff, and I laugh, you make everybody laugh. And I'm an old lady. I've been trying to join your show, but you won't put nothing on there where I can join it. But anyway, what's his name? Ricky Smiley put a good one on. You need to check out that little comment he put on Facebook. Awesome. He say ninjas gonna be ninjas, okay? And I got one more thing to say. You know this old song, I'm an old lady now. Just don't pay me no attention. But if you gonna love somebody when somebody love you back, it's so good loving somebody when somebody love you back. I ain't talking about 90-10, 40-60, come on, 50-50. You know what it's about.
It is.
That's all I gotta say. Have a blessed day. Love y'all. Congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you so much. I got it for you. It's so good. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Hey, loving somebody when somebody loves you back. That's a fact. Hey, I love it. I love it. We jamming out here. You already know how I get down. 3914. When the party don't stop. It's 11 o'clock. The party don't stop. You know what I'm saying? My girl probably upstairs asleep. 3914 coming to you. Hey, calling you
Yo,
live.
Scotty, mad love, my brother. Mad love. I'm gonna follow your script. Hey, one thing we ain't talked about. You know, Deion Sanders is actually an HBCU grad from Talladega. We ain't talking about that one. And then just to say, you know, if they don't love you in the SWAC, we love you in the CIAA, home of Fayetteville State, CIAA champions. And if they Jackson State show their ass up at the Celebration Bowl, North Carolina Central is going to show out and show up. So Jackson State, don't be a fool. Man, love you, Scotty, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you,
straight
sir.
from the CIAA.
Hey, appreciate it.
Love you, man.
Appreciate it. Listen, I'm just letting y'all know. We trying to grow this thing. I'm gonna try to sneak my way in some Division 2. I'm gonna try to sneak myself in some Division 2. All right, 0187 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
What's that, Scotty? This here out of Baton Rouge, baby.
What's good, man?
No, I'm doing good, man. Look, I'm enjoying the show as usual, but I wanted to say this, man. I don't know if everybody know there's gonna be some serious ramifications for him leaving. Today, man, I had a couple notices from decommitments already from Jackson State. So I know that's gonna happen a lot.
Facts.
Gonna have a lot of people in the transporter. And to me, also, if I make it quick, the game, man. I mean, I hope the game be a good game, because when you're looking at the distractions like that, you know, if North Carolina Central win, they're gonna say, "Oh, Jackson State had all these distractions and blah 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 blah." And then if Jackson State, don't show up and play like that Jackson State plays, then it's gonna be a whole lot of conversation about the distractions. So I hope both teams show up, give a good showing, give a good game, because, that's how these punchlines, storylines goes whenever something like this happens. And then the next thing is, are they going to let him coach at the Celebration Bowl? Because most of the time when a coach take another job, they can't actually coach in that bowl. So I'm wondering if they're going to let him do that. And I'm going to hang up and listen to your comments. Love you, my brother. Take care.
Thank you, sir. You know what? Listen, let me say this. I don't think nobody in Jackson is that bold to tell Deion no, right? If it was me, I'm telling that ninja no. Take your ass and keep your ass in Boulder, okay? With the good hair, with the Becky with the good hair, okay? With all the little white people and all the Caucasus Mountains, I would say keep your ass up there, right? But ain't nobody at Jackson gonna tell Deion no, not the president, nobody. Okay, the SWAC commissioner is going to probably beg Deion, please, Deion, just coach one more time for us. I want to shake your hand one more time before you go to Boulder. Come on, man, stop it. Y'all, Bama, ain't nobody going to tell Deion no. Where I'm going. Not 6830 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Hey, Scotty, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Miss Crawford calling from Dallas.
What's up, Miss Crawford? Talk to me.
All right. Been following you for a while, since you first started.
Thank you.
And for the most part, I've enjoyed everything that you put out. Haven't always agreed with you. But I have enjoyed you. I have a student that is at Jackson State, and they are in the music program. So I feel like I'm qualified to speak on it. Not an HBCU grad, didn't attend the HBCU, but I do have a student there, and I pay money into the institution. I think that what a lot of people, it's not the fact that
Deion left, you know, you expect people to elevate. You know, you talked a lot on your show about he's gonna leave. So I was speaking for myself. I'm not surprised that he left, and I'm not mad that he left. Like everybody has said, it's just the way that it was done. And I was talking to my husband, and we never know what's going on behind the scenes. And that was one thing that I mentioned to him. We don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Listen to your show from last night, and I thought you made some valid points, and I appreciate the way you presented the information. What I communicated to my daughter as a student at Jackson State and a soon-to-be alumni is the charge that I gave to her is, you know, what are you going to do as a future alumni to hold the administration accountable? And I think that, you know, that's the real conversation that needs to be had. A lot of things that have been talked about, we need to talk about, but that's the root of it. People have to be held accountable. And to the alumni current, you know, what's going to happen? We do a lot of talking, talk. Whenever when I say we, I mean Black people, whenever we are injured, okay? Meaning George Floyd or what have you, you know, Deion Sanders in this case. But where are the solutions? You know, we talk, but when are we going to actually come together and gather some solutions and execute? And so that's one thing. We have to execute. And in terms of gatekeepers are fine. We have to have gatekeepers as long as the gatekeepers are allowing right things to occur. We can't continue to allow corrupt things. We can't continue to allow it. We know that it's happening. It happens across the board, white, Black, but we have to validate the people that are going into these positions.
Absolutely.
And so my last thing, I have a lot to say, but you guys have touched on several things, so I'm not going to regurgitate. Last thing I want to say, as I said, starting out, that I followed you since you first started, because not just because my child is a student of the institution, but I'm a fan of football. I'm in Dallas, and I've always been a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Woo-hoo.
Remember when Deion came and everything. And so I hadn't always agreed with what you said, Scotty. And sometimes it's, I think, the approach, you know, that you've chosen to take. But what I want to say to you tonight is I commend you for your stand, because you stood your ground. And in terms of your convictions, and what you saw. Not everybody saw what you saw, and if they did, they denied it. You know, they turned a blind eye to it. But you stood your ground, and because you did that, you can speak the way you are speaking now. You know, and nobody is going to necessarily challenge you, because hey, it's come to fruition. I'm grateful for Coach Prime. He did, you know, you mentioned the other night, he put the Swac on his shoulders. And I'm appreciative of all that he did for Jackson State, for the light that he brought to all HBCUs. And I would never knock a man or a woman, anyone that is trying to elevate. We are all trying to go to that next level.
Absolutely.
And so I wish him and his family all the best. Still a little bit of a bitter taste, just only because of how it played out. It was like a movie. And so with that, I'm gonna shut up. And congratulations to you and your fiance. I'll be at the Celebration Bowl. We already bought tickets and hotel and everything, so I hope to be able to see you and shake your hand.
Hey,
Thank you.
no problem. Thank you. I won't be at the Celebration Bowl. I gotta go pick up my kids from Dallas. Unless we leave early and then come on back, we might be able to make the Celebration Bowl. But if not, I will be picking up my kids in Dallas. So if you're looking for me, I won't be at the Celebration Bowl. They deny my credentials anyway. That's a whole nother thing. Because clearly I'm not media. Once again, that's a whole nother thing. But we're not here for that. All right, Rocky, I'm gonna have you I'm gonna have you hold on for a minute because I know you're long-winded. I want to knock some people out. All right. So 9137 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live. 9137, you're live. All right, you're gone. 9236 coming to you. Hey, caller, you live.
What's up, Scotty, man? It's Reggie.
What's up, Reggie? Talk to me.
Not much, man. Just a couple quick points here. As everybody else said, I don't think people are mad that Deion left. I think they're just mad at the way he left, so I'm not going to regurgitate that point. But I am going to touch on a couple of things. One, starting with the Jackson State people. Jackson State people can't expect people to have, we understand where they're coming from, so we're going to be there for them. But at the same token, y'all people, you can't get mad at Deion for getting up there cheesing and grinning and all that in front of these folks at Colorado when y'all was cheesing and grinning when he was telling the world that your players were pissing on seats when they stole his beatbox, everything else. So when you were able to turn a blind eye to all of that because you were benefiting from it because you were winning, and anybody who said someone was a hater, then don't get mad at him because you're just as big as a hypocrite as he is. So I say that to say, the pride come before the fall. Your high will always equal your low. All right, that's the first part. Second thing, this whole little incorrect assumption about alumni giving. Touch on that. I went to Google today. So if you look at Colorado's alumni giving is around 18%. Jackson State's is around 14%. So they're not too far off. So people just keep talking about people got opinions and complaining not donating. HBCU alumni donate, and it's not like PWI alumni donate that much more than HBCU alumni. I
gotta push you back. Wait. Let me push back just a little bit. The numbers are a little skewed, and this is why, right? If you have 10,000 and I have 40,000, 14% of 10,000 and 18% of 40,000 is two different numbers. You get what I'm saying? So yes, it's not a lot percentage wise, but the number is way larger than yours. So if it's 100,000 of them and it's only 15,000 of y'all, and you're getting 14% of 15, and I'm getting 18% of 100,000. Those numbers are going to be skewed, but that's just. But go ahead. I just want to give you that.
No. I get you. That's just the law of proportion. But at the same token, with that same argument, you cannot say HBC alumni aren't given because it's not the same based on the same logic you just used.
That's fair.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair.
You can't say that. You know what I'm saying? And you are a sports person. You know this just as well as I knew. Since we're talking athletics here now. We're not talking about the grander scheme of things. We're talking about athletics. P5 athletic budgets, that money is not coming from alumni giving. People have to understand that donors and outside TV contracts and sponsorship, that's where the bulk of their athletic budget comes from, not from alumni giving. So that's not apples and oranges. That's not the same. And you can't equate a donor to be an alumni because there's plenty of people that donate to schools who never set foot on campus.
That's fair.
So you can't say that. You understand? So that's an unfair comparison. You have to compare apples and apples. And my only other thing to this whole situation too is you have to also look at where's Charles McClellan? Like that's what I want to know. Where he at?
We still looking
Because
for
you
him.
the commissioner. Ain't no statement from Birmingham. Ain't nothing coming from Birmingham. We ain't heard a peep. You ain't said nothing. You know what I'm saying? And you're the commissioner.
Facts.
But I say all this to say, and I'm gonna wrap up my point. I know you got other people calling, but at the end of the day, this is all touches back to my first point. It's all about accountability. Deion was never held accountable for some things that he did that weren't right. Did he do a lot? He did a lot. Not gonna take that from that man. You can't take that from that man. But there was a lot of stuff that Deion did that could have been nipped in the bud if he was held accountable. But people were afraid to do so because guess what? He was giving them something that they saw as a benefit. And the same thing is happening at institutions. The same thing that you talk about is a lack of accountability. And, you know, people got to start doing that. People got to start holding people accountable. And not just because you can't be afraid to hold people accountable or challenge the status quo. And, you know, I just hate that we're all being brushed with one whole big brush as though everybody is just complacent with that. No, there are people at every institution who go every day and challenge the status quo, who push those people. But we get overarched in this whole thing that everybody's just complacent with us just gatekeeping. I can't say I don't agree with gatekeeping because I'm a firm believer HBCU culture is not black culture because everybody that's black can't identify with HBCU culture because they don't understand it because they didn't go to it. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that we have to be closed off to other people opening up our arms and expanding the brand. So I get the benefits and the cons of that. But at the end of the day, everybody got to be held accountable. So this whole Deion situation, it just shed a light as to you cannot put all your eggs in one basket. And you got to stop idolizing people. He came, he did, he gone. That happens every day. You know, and people got to get over that. But, you know, he's not entitled to that. And I think that's why people are so upset. And we've been having this whole banter back and forth is because people are conflating holding him accountable for him being a hypocrite, which, again, there's more hypocrites in the situation than just him. But people are latching onto that because Deion could have came to Jackson and did everything he did without telling the lie that or giving the illusion that he's all for these pro come home and keep your talent in house and you ain't got to do this and you ain't got to do that. And you went and did the opposite thing that you've been preaching to these people. And then you're going to bring God into it. And you know, black people and God, if you bring that into it, that's a whole nother level of all that. But that just goes to show how sheep can be easily led.
Come on.
So, you know what I'm saying? You have to, at the end of the day, yes, Deion was wrong in that way. I don't also agree with the whole exposure to HBCU things, and I'm going to wrap up, I promise. But, you know, I believe he brought exposure for himself and for his kids. I believe Jackson State and the Swac were byproducts of that. That was never his intention to put exposure on them, but they just got a benefit of that because of what his true intentions were. Because you can't name me one school where they benefited directly from Deion Sanders that did not include Jackson State. Give me one. Give me one game that got moved up in the ESPN lineup. Give me one game that got pushed up from ESPN 8 to ESPN 2 that did not include Jackson State. No, Jackson State got exposure, and everybody else got byproducts of that. So to stop saying that Deion gave everybody exposure, no, he did not. That's just the truth. And you can't tangibly show me that because he didn't. Now, did he bring, because what Fam did with Nike and LeBron and all that, did he do that? No, he did not. Did all this other stuff that Howard getting Jordans and wearing Concord? No, he didn't do that. So those were things that he didn't. The SWAC benefited and Jackson State benefited because they were byproducts of where his son went to school and the conference that they were playing in. So stop painting the brush, you know. So that's just that. But that's all I have, man.
Hey, man, appreciate the call. Yowzers, that was hot. That's a hot late call. I ain't even gonna hold you on that one. That's a hot late call, man. He been holding that one in for a minute. You can tell he been holding that in for a minute. He had to get all that off his chest. Listen, I don't like to be the guy to say I told you so, but I told you so. 9137 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, Scotty? This is Monty from Michigan.
What's up, Monty?
Hey, man, great show today as always. So I had a couple questions. One, with FAMU be winning the Orange Boston Classic now?
Absolutely. Next.
Two, is the Southern Heritage Classic back on now?
Absolutely. Next. Yeah, they're not big enough to tell them no. Exactly.
And here's the thing. Do you think FAMU or JSU will be added to play Colorado? And will they ask for the $1 million that Prime said HBU should be asking for when they play these Power 5 schools?
Listen, man, I think Jackson State would probably try to make it happen. And it'll be really funny to me if Deion schedules that game knowing his opinion about playing Power 5 games. That would just be really funny to me and very, very hypocritical-ish. But it wouldn't surprise me. But I don't see why it wouldn't happen.
Well, remember, old boy at FAM is his boy, and he did say he didn't have a problem with playing those games. But if you are going to play those games, the amount of money that the HBCUs were getting didn't equate to all the expenses of traveling and all of that, where you really didn't make a lot of money. Like when Alabama State had to go all the way out to California. You've been out to California, that's expensive in itself. And so you only end up with a couple of dollars. But if everything is covered as far as expenses, and you want to bring the Marching 100 or the Sonic Boom to Boulder and all of that, and that's covered, and the teams walk away with $1 billion, because they will be in a position to do that. Because I think Colorado was talking about something. I'm not sure what this is going to look like, but they're talking about doing something with Jackson State. And that's the only thing I can think of they can be thinking about doing, is something to scheduling them and giving them some money that way.
Once again, I'm going to say what I said. Deion said he was not playing Power 5s because it's a sellout. He said, he see those games as sellouts. So now it's real funny to me that you would schedule a HBCU on it, and just because the price is higher, does it not make it a sellout game? Like, are you not selling out your kids regardless? So if you don't believe in selling out your kids, you should be no amount of money to make it happen. That was his point. So it just boggles my mind if that's what he does on the opposite side of the fence. But to each his own. Anything else, Monty?
Yeah. And the other thing is I don't think he's gonna coach in the Celebration Bowl, and the players that's going to be transferring is going to actually, play. Because now with all the heat that's coming down across the social media internet, then, there's a chance for him to go ahead and leave, because now it's, they've been blasting them everywhere.
We shall see. But, hey, man, appreciate the call, Monty. 6171 coming to you. 6171 coming to you. Hey, calling you live.
Got it. What's good, bro?
What's good? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Bro, it's Chris, bro. Calling from Arkansas, bro.
Talk to me.
Listen, bro. You know me, bro. I'm coming with the backwards end, and how I come a little different, Scotty. Let me say this about the Jackson State fan again. I am a graduate of Jackson State. Y'all, I'm going to use your words, Scotty. Y'all Bama is funny. Y'all bashing Deion for leaving. But here's my thing, Scotty. I've never seen this many people upset for a guy leaving. But let's remind y'all, none of y'all was supporting Jackson State before the man got there. Like, bro, let's be honest. Y'all talking about, bro, let me say this, bro. Y'all get on my nerve. We bleed, bro. D.I. love, bro. Y'all posting all these stats about we forever rocking JSU, but y'all wasn't rocking before we got there. Like, y'all weren't forever rocking it. Some of y'all, bro, let me go and be real, bro. When I was in school, I seen parents who had kids play on the football team rooting for Valley more so than Jackson State. So y'all mad at Deion for leaving, and y'all talking about he up and ran because of the bread. How many of y'all Alabama still owe people money? Like, Scotty, be real, bro. How many people bro, then ran off on the plug because it looked good on the other side?
Well, I know somebody owed me $500. I know that.
Boy, you crazy. So my thing is, gotta know, bro. Get me wrong. Deion doing his thing. He did what he did. But let's just be honest. Y'all talking about y'all mad. What money have y'all paid to Jackson State to make him stay, bro? It just, I said it earlier, a while back. Y'all talking about if Deion leaves, what the hell that AD gonna do? Ashley need to step up and do some stuff. Now he talking about Ashley. He need to make some stuff comfortable, bro. And this is just my last point, Scott. I'm gonna let it be gone, bro. If we as black people, bro, honestly, stop acting like Deion was a savior. He wasn't. He just, again, brought what we was missing. And really, to be honest, Deion just showed y'all what you really worth, what you should be, how you can be. Don't y'all losing faith because the man that brought a swag to your school, which y'all claim y'all already had, just showed y'all how to do it better. Y'all mad. Bro, it's embarrassing. Then for y'all to play King George, 1 month don't stop no show. Hell, he is stopping one show. He's stopping all y'all. Y'all crying. Y'all need the diaper change and all that. So he's stopping something. If you ask me, he's stopping something, Scott. So, man, I just want to say, Scotty, bro, listen, I appreciate you, bro, rocking with HBCU all throughout the year, bro, and you've been doing your thing, boy. You keep me on game, bro, because sometimes I be missing all the action. Now, since everybody crying, bro, I deleted my Twitter because some of y'all on my damn nerve about Deion, this, Deion, that. Half y'all can't even afford a damn ticket, but you mad this man leave. Come on, man.
Hey,
come on, man.
Appreciate the call, my boy. That boy
Yes,
is
sir.
crazy. That boy is crazy. Oh, my goodness. Hey, 2156 coming to you. Hey, call to you live.
Hey, Scott, appreciate you for taking my call.
Let's get it.
Hey, man, just real quick. I was a Jackson State fan by way of Deion. Enjoyed the ride for the 2.5 years. Was, feeling a certain type of way whenever he left, because just like everybody else said, I just wasn't a big fan of how he did it. But just a quick message to Jackson, because right now, Jackson is representing us. And you know what I mean whenever I say us. And right now, we're looking like the bitter X. All right, because Jackson, we standing right there with you. We looking like the bitter X. And at the end of the day, nothing comes good to someone that walks around bitter. It's just like Nelson Mandela said. You want to try to hurt somebody by taking poison, swallowing it, and expecting it to have an impact on him. That regardless of the slander, regardless of how bad we go in on Deion, guess what? It will not have an impact on Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders is a celebrity. Okay, you're not fixing to have an impact on his swag. If anything, in the national media right now, Jackson, right now, us as a people, we're looking bad because we bash somebody that utilized their celebrity to shine spotlight. So what we need to do in the next 2 weeks, get over it, put a Band-Aid on our feelings, and, man, send Deion as well as them Jackson State seniors, as well as the season. All right, let's not focus so much on the negativity to where we leave out what's really happening from a positive standpoint. We are 12-0 preparing to play in the Celebration Bowl on the 17th. Let the man finish what he started. Let's send him off with a bang, because this the other side to it. Everybody calling him a sellout. If you calling Deion Sanders a sellout because he took a pay raise, now who you think will want to come coach for you? If Deion Sanders a sellout, why would I want to come coach for you? Why would I want to Ray Lewis, Ed Reed? Why would I want to bring my celebrity? Because listen, Deion can survive being a sellout. I might not can't survive it through the Twitter media storm or social media. So, man, that's just, I stayed on there for 2 hours just to share that with the Jackson fans, as well as the community of Jackson. Man, listen, we hurting with y'all. All right, I'm all the way in both my Texas. I'm hurting with y'all. But, man, let's send them seniors. Let's send Deion, the boys, as well as this particular team. Let's send them out the right way. Appreciate it, Scott.
Hey, no problem. Hey, listen, guys, I'm taking 2 more callers. That is it. All right, I'm taking Rocky at 6233, and I am taking $2986. Everybody else, hang up. 6233 2986. If you're not one of those, hang up. Hey, caller, you live. 2986, you live.
Hello. Hey, okay. Hey, Scotty.
What's goody?
Hey, man, what's happening? Hey, Scotty, I think you need to go to Colorado.
I might plan on it.
Huh?
I said I might plan on it.
Hey, man, I think Deion and them going to send you an invitation to bring your butt to Colorado.
Deion already sent me this gift. This mitt, he sent it to me. So I appreciate that. Shout out to Deion.
Are you serious? That mitt that you've been showing, that came from Deion?
Yeah, he wrote me a note and everything.
You not joking, are you, Scott? That's for real.
Thank you.
Well, that's good.
It says, thank you for the show. I appreciate the support. I hope to see you up here soon, Coach Prom. P.S. Early Christmas gift. Bam.
There it is. All right, Scotty. Get on out there.
All right, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Rocky, coming to you. Hey, call you live.
Hey, man, this has been a 3-hour therapy session, bro. I don't even... Hey, man, and this is the thing, Scotty, man. So I spent an hour and a half today on the phone with a Swac championship coach, man. It was one of the most pleasant conversations I ever had, and he completely understands what Deion is doing. And this guy is Swac. He coached in the Swac for many years, coached at HBCUs, became a head coach in the Swac, won a Swac championship. So he Swac all the way, and he understands what Deion did, and he actually encourages. He said he would encourage Deion to have taken that job if Deion had called him and asked him, what should I do?
Yeah.
He said this is the bigger issue in HBCU sports, right? They always want to compare, right? The PWIs, right? And what they're able to do with their sports brand to raise the profile of their schools, right? But in HBCUs, the issue is this. The presidents do not want to accept the fact that the head coach is the head football coach is the face of the university, regardless of position and title. So whereas many years ago, PWIs accepted that the coach is going to be the highest paid man on campus, and the presidents and the regents, they accepted that. At HBCUs, they haven't accepted that. They will not there is not one coach that makes more than the president, even though Willie Simmons, Deion Sanders, and Eric Dooley have a much higher profile than the presidents at their universities. And they carry much more cachet among the public and the alumni than the president. But they won't invest in HBCU coaches. And so what the HBCU coaches end up in a situation where they end up being devalued by their own universities because of what's being paid at other institutions, right? At the end of the day, if you're working for crumbs at an HBCU, why would a Power 5 or PWI hire you and pay you a decent salary? Why are you working there? Why wouldn't you want to elevate and go somewhere else?
I have to push back.
Because
I gotta push back just a little bit, right? And I love where you're taking it, but a lot of the HBCU coaches are on par with FCS payments. Like I know Broderick Fobbs was like top 10 when he was at Grambling. He was in top 10 of the of FCS coaches. I think Jerry Mack was top 10, and like so some of these coaches are paid pretty well in the grand scheme of FCS coaches. So it's not everybody.
But again, Scotty, in our community, HBCU schools are seen on par not with other FCS schools. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you can say that Northeastern and McNeese are in the same, echelon or is a like school. It really is a like school, right? But among Black people and Black communities,
our coaches have a much higher profile than those coaches. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, to a certain extent, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they are the face. Eric Dooley is the face of Southern. Deion Sanders was the face of Jackson State. You understand what I'm saying? So that carries a certain weight in our community, and they should be compensated appropriately. And I believe HBCUs, especially when you have a coach like Deion Sanders, you should accept that, hey, I'm gonna have to pay this man more than the president because he deserves it. He absolutely deserves it. He was not only filling the position of head coach, but he was doing so many other things in the university.
Absolutely.
And that's not Deion, and what this Swac coach told me was that's typical for a coach in the Swac, that he wears many hats. He has to fundraise, he has to do all other things that maybe other coaches at other institutions aren't asked to do, man. So I just think that this is an institutional, like Deion left, right, because of something that's very basic in nature. Deion was dealing with who he had to deal with because those were the only options that he had. And while Jackson State was the only woman in his life, he gave her everything he had. But when he got other options and he had an opportunity to date prettier girls from better families, that's what he did. He went to the prettier girls, and the better families. But a lot of times, that's what a lot of people do. That's what women do when they date the more well-to-do guy or the guy with more money.
That's fair.
But you know what I'm saying? He had more options, Scotty, and there were all y'all people in the home here talking about, oh, it was the way he left. He didn't have to leave that way. There was no way he was gonna leave you and you was gonna be happy. There is no way. He could have wrote you a note, flew a plane with a goddamn message on the back of it. He could have told you 2 years before. He could have done anything he did was not going to be enough for you Negroes. And this is my last point, right, Scotty? And the brother hurt my feelings when he said this. He said, everybody thinks HBCU culture is black culture, but HBCU culture is not necessarily black culture. And I said, bam, that's a problem. Because HBCU culture should be a part of black culture. It's that HBCU culture may not see themselves as a part of black culture. And if that's the case, right, deep. How are you supposed to become the brand and be a beacon of light to people who may be in a lower economic class, who may want to be part of your organization or whatever, when you feel that you're not black? We're not the same. I have to have attended your university. I have to have had a degree for us to be in the same category. Or you see me as your brother and I see you as my brother. Like that's so unfortunate that brother said that. But it definitely explains a lot of the attitudes that I've experienced since becoming a fan of HBCU football and HBCU sports, is that I'm always challenged about what's my affiliation, rather than accepting me as a black man who actually loves and supports HBCU sports. I don't get it, HBCU people, because y'all are black, because y'all operate at the highest level of niggerdom that exists. And y'all black, whether y'all want to realize it or not. Y'all are black as hell. And this situation right here proves.
I appreciate the call, Rock. All right, listen. Let me sum up. I appreciate everybody who called in. I'm about to close these call lines down.
Goodbye.
All right, let me explain to you what he said. All right, because a lot of you guys are confused, so I'm gonna summarize it for you. He said HBCUs they don't consider themselves a part of black culture or being a part of black people. HBCUs are their own and then their thing, right? So I'll give you a good example, right? In Maryland and Baltimore are not the same. That's how we view it, right? Baltimore is his own entity. Maryland is his own entity. So what Rocky was saying was this: HBCUs instead of just saying, you're a black person, come with us, they be like, back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. Did you graduate? Did you graduate? If you did, do you have a wristband? You have a wristband? You can't get in if you don't have a wristband. That is HBCUs at the core. That's what Rocky is talking about. You can't just walk into the club because you're black. Being black is not good enough in the HBCU realm. You have to. Did you graduate? Are you a frat? Are you this? It's always something, right? But see, the disconnect is this as well. PWIs do not do that to black people. PWIs do not turn away the sidewalk fan. Okay? PWIs do not do that. So when you're over here getting mad of a black person going to a PWI and wondering why they went to a PWI, is because when they were little and they were fans of the team, they weren't shunned because they didn't graduate. Their parents were not shunned because they didn't go to the school. So they feel more accepted because they've been a fan their whole life, instead of being shunned, right? Because listen, the only way 9 times out of 10 with HBCUs, it is a generational pass down, right? It's like the USAA. It's like how USAA works, right? If you're a military member, you can pass it down to your family, right? So I was in the military. I can pass it down to my son who has never been in the military, and my son can pass it down to his son because I opened that door. That's what it's like at HBCUs. Your mom graduated, right? So she goes back to all the homecomings. She goes back to all the games, and she drags you along so you get exposed to it simply because she gets you in the door. But somebody like my mom, who never graduated from HBCU, she doesn't get invited because she didn't graduate. She can't be a sidewalk fan because she didn't graduate. That's why he said, you're not black. HBCU culture is his own culture. It's not black culture. That's what he's trying to say. So that's the summarized version of that. Hey, listen, I appreciate everybody. 3 hours, 33 minutes, only me, no dead space, you, me, Kofi, talking it up, chatting it up. That's what we do here on Offscript. I appreciate everybody who called in. I apologize to the people I couldn't get to. That's why your ass should become a member. If you're a member, you get to skip the line and get your call answered. Like Miss Glenn for her birthday, like my boy Dre and Rocky and all them, okay? That's why you become a member, to skip the line. It is what it is. So listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless. Also, I will be doing film breakdowns of up-and-coming quarterbacks. All right? JUCO, high school. So if you see somebody you like and you cool with a coach, you better tune in. All right, you better tune in. I'm breaking down huddle films again. All right, so once again, tell somebody you love them. I'm out. Peace.